查表示嘅。
The ambient way of my day. The ambient day of my way. The ambient way of my day. So why about me? I thought you said it wasn't about you. Well, maybe it isn't about me. So how do you trust him? Trust who? Who's he? You mean me? Yeah, so how do you trust me as a narrator that I'm actually telling you exactly what the story says? He says, how do we know that you didn't add anything to this story about our history? How do I know you didn't change history, right? Let's see what the math says. So that's what I do. I work on a little bit of math. It's a little boring, but we got 21 years, like coming up like next week. We got 21 years. Over those 21 years, if I can find the picture right now, I'd show you that a piece of wood fell on my head and it made like a Star Trek mark. Like, beam me up, Scotty. I got monkey on my head. I got a king's crown behind me. But we all see things we think we might want to see, so I can say anything. I know that on the 5th of the 5th of the 5th, I know that when it all began. I know that on the 6th of the 6th of the 6th, it was the first time 666 came out in 2006, was on the 6th day. Let's check this out. So I study yesterday and things that touch yesterday. On May 5th, 2005, what day was it?
May 5th, 2005 fell on a Thursday.
So Thursday is the 5th day of the week. So on June 6th, 2006, what day was it?
June 6th, 2006 fell on a Tuesday.
Oh, this one fell on a Tuesday. Okay, so this one was a little different. This was the 3rd day of the week in the 6th month on the 6th day of 2006. So it becomes the 3rd day. Now the 2 and 6 of 2006, we are 20 years later from that number. So what does that mean? I'm trying to figure out what that means. Oh yes, let me finish this off with 7. So on July 7th, 2007, what day was it? We have to close it off.
Saturday, July 7th, 2007.
That's what the closing is. You see, the closing came on Saturday, the 7th day of the week. Like, I thought that was an anomaly. Saturday, the 7th day, July, the 7th month, right? The 7th day of 2007. And 2 and 7 is representation of the house of Bet, the duality. It is a cube of a 2 by 2, and then the cube of a 1 by 1 enters into the cube of what is a 3 cubic. And the one area, or what they call, I think, the tesseract, is now in between. Why would they call it a tesseract? Why would they choose these numbers? Did you know that the 9th letter in Hebrew is a tet? And that the 10th letter was yod, but it's a duality because 10 is a duality, 2 digits. If every area space that you can fit something in was the size of 9, right? Then 10 would have to be 99 and be 2 area spaces or flat spaces. Here's a flat space. So if I was going to use these two, I'd have these two, one on each side. Here's the block, one on this side, one on this side. What do you got on this side? I got a flat space. Don't look at that flat space. We're going to have to color those up. Yes, for those of you who want to support the channel, there is no problem. There's absolutely no problem moving forward. It's not one of my goals, right? But to reach the destiny, I have to put that up there. Helps out. Yeah, and I hate to talk about that. So let's check it out. July 8th, 2008 was what day? So August 8th, 2008. But I'm going to tell you that I got a ticket. August 8th, 2008. Oh. What day is August 8th, 2008? Yes, what day of the week was it? It was a Friday. It was the 6th day of the week. Now the question is, now it's the August, it's the 8th month. Should we count it as Scorpio? What is Scorpio? What is 8? Why would Scorpio be an 8? When you're connecting the water 8 with the earth 2, or the water 4 with the earth 6, when you look at this dynamic, what they show you is they show you it here. They connected what is water, what is earth. Like I said, they connected what is water, what is earth. These are the tools I use to understand the dynamics of the number system itself. 1 through 9 and 0 as an individual digit on its own, playing in an area space of 9. But never using more than 7 in one area space, and then in the other area space, how many numbers do we use when we make phone calls? This is the way I like to and have to look at it, as well as, of course, all the combinations. And then when we work with different amount of numbers, we can also move our numbers that way. We went from 1, then we went to 4, then we went to 7, then we went to 10. That's a movement of 3. Or we went from 1 to 5 to 9 to 13 to 17. That's a movement of 4. Or we went from 1 to 6 to 2 to 7 to 8. 1 to 6 to 2. I'll do it better this way. 1, 6, 11, 16, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. So 21 would go to 26. And then 26 would go to 31. So all I create are these, hold on, 1 and 5 equals 6. 6 and 5 equals 11. 11 and 5 equals 16. Now 16 is 1 and 6 is 7. And at the same time I do this, I have to look at the other dimensions of these numbers. I have to look at the minimum and maximum, which is like this. The highest number is what? The highest digit. The highest digit is 9. If I use number 7, and the highest digit of 9, 7 divided by 9, is that the way it works? Right? Is equal to 0.77777. And then we can do 9 divided by 7 is 0.2828. I don't remember the number. 1248. Wow. 1428. 1428 here. We're going to do it. 9 divided by 7 is 28. Yeah, 2857142. So all the numbers. I don't know why I'm like backed up a little bit in my mind. I should know that. The answer is here. There's a few mistakes in here. I will let you know what they are. How is everybody? Take TikTok says tap the screen. TikTok says do this, and they say if you don't tap the screen, I won't bring anybody to your channel. Why do they want us to say TikTok? TikTok, TikTok. The T and the I with the T and the O. The TT is 2020. There are two gateways within the TT. It's GT, and then what is the reverse of G is going to be T. So it's a reverse alphabet of itself. What does that mean? The reverse alphabet of T is G. You know what? I should come out. I have to do the tool thing about all the tools I use and what I do to the numbers. I create. I think my card is ready. I want to see if they ever did this for me. I want to see if this new one is ready. Yeah, like I gotta get a quicker chat thing. It only gives me 3 per day. That's why I'm saying I need support. I would like support for the channel just so I can get the things done already, you know? Then we can get this into a machine. We can all have it in our house. You know what? That's all I want to do is I just want to complete it so I can just share it out there. You know, if somebody says they're going to be taking information, I help them like this, like that. What can I do? As long as it gets out there, you know. Mine has to be complete no matter what. What does that mean, no matter what? Well, it means I ain't stopping. And is anything ever complete? Absolutely not. Ever complete. Ever. There's always a tweak here and there, and as long as you're breathing, there's always something you can do. So no matter what, right? Anyways, for the time I enjoy, right? We do everything for the time. I don't enjoy it no more. 21 years. 21 years. What? You want to pick a day? Let's pick a day where I didn't do something somewhere, right? And who did I entertain the most? Myself. I entertained myself the most all the time. There's 3 sides here and 3 sides here and 3 sides here. That's 9. Underneath, there's another 3 sides. So it's 3, 6, 9. It took 12 sticks to create this. Every single stick has 2 sides. That's 24. Every single corner that you can see, that's 4. That's 28. Those would be the bells hanging down in the head of the tetrahedron. The thorn bush. This is the thorn bush, is it not? Why? Because it comes out this way. What looks like a rose bush with the thorns on it, the tetrahedron. 3 on each side is 9, and then 3 to the bottom. The configuration of this shows us why and how the 3 and 4 come together, that at 360 we get 120 degrees, and we get 180 degrees, and we get what is 90 degrees, and we get what is 60 degrees, that we should fall on both sides of the equator just to understand the equator itself. We should understand that we're on either the first half of the 13 or the second half of the 13, or we join between M and N. We cross over at 15, we stop at 13. 13 and 15. 12 and 14 is 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. 12 is for the L, soul feminine. And then all of a sudden, what is 12 is now 14. 1 and 4 is 5. So C and E is for the feminine. The 1 and 2 coming together, and the 1 and 4 coming together. So what is AD? The A letter with the D letter. So does that happen only in its duality, that it becomes this? So is it because it's the assimilation of 7 and 7, 14, 8 and 6, 14, 9 and 5, 9 and 5, 14? But not 3 any 11, 14, because 3 and 11, 14, right? The assembly of the numbers, this is what I do. I show you from yesterday games that were created that are honest amongst, created to play with yourself, like solitaire. Somebody asked me to do a thing on solitaire. So in order to do the thing in solitaire, I had to have the ace, the ace, the ace, and the ace. Every ace will be valued at 11. Every ace will be valued as a card, a single card. We don't know what it is on the other side, but we do know that it's 1 and 12 cards left over. But at least we know we have that ace. So we know there's 12 more cards, the association of what is 13. So we take that 13 and everything that in the duality, that 1 and 12 is 13, and that 2 and 11 is 13, and 3 and 10 is 13, and boom, 4 and 9 is 13. They're not the same. 12 is a duality. It's a 1 and a 2 digit together. 11 is 2 ones together. Now, where do you find the 1? Is it this one here? Or is it the area space as they count on the single dot here? Now, there's other realities that are going on, right? That everybody comes and connects to this one here. But it's a ring around here, and then it's a ring here. Now there must be a ring around this one also, holding the ring so they can hold to the heart ring in the center. But in Rubik's Cube, it shows you how it's all hooked up. But how does the mechanism work? I ask myself. I'm just looking back at something I said. If this was a continuous flow, the waters of the earth that would be in 3 different areas, right? Here would be one of them, here would be another one, and here would be another one. 3 different stories that happen, right, with the center core, which over time I learned is what pulls everything and controls everything in this cube, which has 8 corners and 12 edges and 6 centers. And I'm not expecting anybody to remember all this right now, but in order to give any credibility to this page, you need to understand when this page speaks, where does this voice come from? Is it I that speak, or is it the word itself that speaks? So I show you all the elements and how I portray the word. I speak for the number that does not speak for itself other than the number that it is. It's not me, it's all those before me, by the breath that spoke before me, that created the number. I don't even have to go. Oh my God, it doesn't even do it. Hold on a second. Yes, please make me the card. Who was the first one to discover the number 1 and wrote it down either in English, Spanish, or in French? Because what I see with number 1 with this is it shows me an area space, right? Where you can put something in the center, where you put your one arm here, one arm here, one arm here of Scorpio, and you connect. Just like walking an extra soldier here. You ever see those dummies? You put one in front of you, one in back, and you're walking in front and they're walking the same thing behind you. And you can even turn the last one around. They even do this on trains. Everything I talk about comes from something that is happening, already happened, but the word exists, the knowledge exists somewhere, and it's easily accessible. So just to give note, any number, as so far as I understand, after the decimal only, after your points card, will only equal to 6 numbers. After the point, the 1 number and the 6 numbers. It's the duality of 2 that create the wholeness, as 1 and 8 come together, as 4 and 5 come together, and 2 and 7 come together. But I'd rather come up here and show you that I get a little help from here. So here is what it is. But I didn't put the ABC, so I'm a little in order, out of order. I'm going to be taking a 2-minute break. We're going to talk about this. I talked about yesterday. I talked about number correlations. 999,999 for every single area space. Now the question is, you can say to me, well, what if it was rectangular? So should it be 1.5 area spaces? 1.5 times 6 is 9. And did you know that the encompassment of the single area space in 5 is 8? So that means if there was an encompassment, it would be 12. Now what happens when you overlap numbers now? So when I overlap this, it took me 10 to create the minimum basic, but it only took me 7 to complete it. 10 and 7, that J and G, they're so important together. They say so much. Everything says so much. But I am not the final frontier. But again, I'm not talking about astrology to change it. I'm talking about astrology the way it is. I'm not talking about changing anything. I'm talking about bringing back what already exists. The game of bowling. What does it say to me, and how does it show up here, and how does it show up here? How does the configuration of the pins show up? The jack, the queen, and the king. For what reason do we have 13 spaces, and in the 13th space? Now I'm going to talk about spaces. You got 13 spaces in cards? Not really. In actuality, in the deck of cards, you have 16 spaces. That's right, the deck of cards per suit. Oh, excuse me, I'm wrong. You have what is 52 cards. If you were going to look at this in solitaire, you had 4 and 48 cards. Plus, don't forget, you have 2 jokers and the playing card. So there's 55 cards. Now, why only 3 cards? Why didn't they put an extra card, like 1 extra for each suit? 1 suit is binding, that binds the other 3 together. The leg, the half a leg they put on. You know, when they get to the bottom of the 8th inning or the bottom of the 7th, the French say half an arm. That's what the French say. Good luck is break a leg. You know, so I used the terminology yesterday to guide me where the numbers stand out. So what is leg? The L, the E, the G and E, the L, G, E, E, right? So L is 12. 12 is for the feminine. The E is what is going to come out by the 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 2 and 3. So now this is now communication. Now the 1 in the feminine in communication is the father, is the word that comes in, that takes the embodiment, right, or the energies to create that frequency of the voice coming in to the pond. Why do I say it's the pond? I have to move out of the way. I have to leave some space for the air I'm breathing. I want to make sure I don't move too fast, because I'm not sure if there's air that I'm going to breathe everywhere. Is there air here to breathe, or here to breathe, or here to breathe? Oh my God. Oh man, I love breathing. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh. I see half moons, and I see really, really dark, and through the dark comes that burnt orange of the soul and the spirit. And then where do I get this mixture from? Yellow and red, orange. What is orange? So I look at the game of pool, and the orange ball is either a 5 for a solid or a 13 for a stripe. So now it's starts to change the whole anatomy of numbers again. Hey, I got the 5 and the 13 sort of in the same family. Is a solid and a stripe the same family? right? Are you connected to the stripe? What does it have to do? And it's an ivory looking ball. So I have to look at the dynamics of, first of all, we all have to, in order for me to know anything at all, okay, or for you to know anything at all, has anybody ever heard of the game pool? As long as you heard about the name and know it exists, that's all you need to know. At least now you can reference, okay, what I use for reference. At least you'll know to see whether it exists or it doesn't exist. And what I like about today is I don't need to know I'd love to know a whole lot more. But when I sit and listen to others debate, like in elements of books, let's take one of the books, the Bible, I didn't know so many things about the Bible. I knew it was all parables, but with listening to everybody saying their part of their parable and me going ahead and using the word itself to understand the dynamics of why they put that word together, and then the situation of what was going on, 153 fish, which is 3 by 51, what is 1 and 5, it shows you, it drags you from here over to here. Or what is 1 and 5? Is it coming here because I added 1 to 5 and dragging it here? And then they'll show me that 1 plus the 5 equals to what looks like a 7. So I can question it. But I do know that 1 and 5 is 4, 3, 2 in between. The earth vibration. I also know, point 0. I also know, right, 0.00, depends. If it was change in my pocket, it'd be 99 cents. You can't change that, can you? Can you change that? I'll have to ask poor Fred and no change. Fred, you got any change in your pocket? 99 cents is all you need. Don't count me any more than 99 cents. That dollar, put it away. Whatever's more than 99 cents, like separate it. Because change is only 99 cents. But what if you have more? What if you have left? These are exact equations. Everything can be yes if you do. Now we have another situation, but we have plateaus to follow, rules and regulations that were dictated onto me by who? Myself. Then I put them into action and I show you how I use these rules and regulations, and you can say, A, impossible, I can't do it. And I say, if you can't do it, I can't do it. Now here's my first thing I did. I did this. Now, can you see how that was done? I'll show you. I went 1 divided by 7, and that was the answer. Then I said 2 divided by 7. One divided by 7. And then all you have to do is look, 2 divided by 7 is 2857, or just move over here. Jump 2 over. And then the next one is 4. Now go back 1. 42857, and then 1. 42857 and 1. And we can look at it right over here. 4 divided by 7. Whoop. That was 3 divided by 7. Don't look at the 6, they rounded it off. That's all they did. And then, what happens now is look at the 2 reds. That's a 9. Must be fine silver or something. And 4 and 5 in the blue is 9, and 7 and 2 is 9. So you have the first one with the 4th one. You have the second one connected into the 5th one. You have the 3rd one connected into the 6th one. Now we can start plugging those numbers in here for one of the new algorithms that we can run on a 6-sided cube. So when you see this cube, you have a 1. So where is your 8? It's all the way around. You have 1 and 8, same borderline. You have 1 area with 8 around. Then you have 2 and 7. Here you have 2. Here and here. You turn it the other way. It's here and here, so you know you can do it twice. And then 1 and 2 come together. 1 and 2 come together over here. So if 1 and 2 came together, what would it equal? 7 and 4, 11, put the 1 here. Carry the 1. 5 and 1 and 1 is 7. Nothing over. 8 and 7 is 15, put the 5 here. Carry the 1. 5, 2 and 1 equals to 8. Conscience. 4 and 8 is 12, put the 2 here, put the 1 here. You got the equality of the number. This is the perfection of 7. So if you want to do that again and you want to get 5, right, you'll take 1 and 4. Like there is no 3. So you'll take 1 and 4. So 4 and so you do it here. 7 and 1 is 8. And then you do 5 and 7 is 12. 2 carry the 1. 8 and 5 is 13 and 1 is 14. Carry the 4, move over the 1. And then you have 2 and 8 is 10. Carry the 1. 11, carry the 1. You have 4 and 7, 11. 1 over here. You have 1 and 5, 6, carry the 1, 7. Boom. This says silver cord in the 5th position. The first one and this one over here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each of these, what's special about each of these is they're all in the house of the 10th dimension, the 10th house. Each one of these, I will show you. I'm not sure, I might have a picture of it. Communication. 6 and 4. The 3 and 1 is a relative to 3, 6, and 9. If you notice, it's not 3, 6, and 9 because it's 4 and 2, 6. It's 4 and 5, 9, right? It's 1 and 8, 9. You create all your 9s, which create all your 3s and 6s, right? If you notice, the 2, 5, and 8, the 1, 4, and 7, and the 2, 8, and 5 is the same as, hold on a second, it's the same as this. These are all your cardinals. These are all your fixed. These are your mutables. So for those doing the science of astrology, right, this is where I got the information from. What you found there, I see it here. And then the movement, where is 3? The movement is all by 3. 1 plus 3 to 4 plus 3 is 7. Plus 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 is 8. Plus 3, 11, stop. If they say stop at 11, let's not do anything else. So where did they do that in here? Do you understand why they said don't go to 11? Don't pass, don't reduce 11. So that automatically means that the only way to get to 11 with 2, and first of all, one of the things is 1 is existence inside the 9th house. Inside the birth in the 9th house, bringing duality together through the birth, through the 7th gate. We run in this system. Let me see, I see there's somebody here that said something or nothing at all, or I didn't see anybody say anything. Joe said it's perspective of their presumption you're trying to change. Oh, I'm just showing you this reality. I don't know if something changes for somebody. I just want to show them what this is, like what I'm doing. That's all. Wherever it changes, wherever it goes, if somebody can use it, it's a reality that's real. That is 1, 2, 1. So the first house is like this. Let me see if I have this in here. Okay, maybe I can do this. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Over to here, over to here, over to here. Oh, over to here, here, here. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, so before I end this, when you add them up, there's 6 area spaces. It totals 27. If the maximum amount, let me just do this, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. If the maximum amount per line was 9, it'd be 6 by 9 equals to 54. Since we have 27 that you see and the 27 that you don't see on line number 1 will be apparent on line number 6. What you also don't see in all of this is what is below. What is below 142,857? It is 0, and then it is 1, 2, 3, and then it is 0, 1, and then it is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to see what this is. 6, 1, 28, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 4, right? This is 10. And this over here is 21. The thing about, okay, so what I just did, I'm just going to show you what I just did. I'm going to take this backboard off maybe. Over here is 1, there's nothing before it. 4, whoopee, made a mistake. 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3. Those are the numbers before it. What's before this? 0, 1. What's before this? 0 all the way to 7. 0 all the way to 4, 5. Then you add them all up and 6, 1, 1, 1, 3. So what would this 1 be, just to show you something that's really, really weird? There's a lot of mathematical weirdo stuff going on. Another thing is the number of digits that are before, the number of digits that are after. That's also a calculation, like pi, right? Like pi, if you want to change all these numbers, it would say 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, 3. And here in formation, I should ask ChatGPT to reformate this. Hold on a second. Yeah, so I'm going to check on that in a minute. I'm going to remove this screen over here. Another thing I want to speak about is this picture over here.
Hello!
Oh my God! Living in a fish tank. I can smell the fish all the way down here.
Did you see my comment about the musical box? music box?
Is it? Hold on a second. Is it the flute?
Oh no, it's the cube.
Okay. Well, yes.
Metatron.
Yeah,
Metatron is the box.
Hold on a second. There's a few reasons why I said it, because the Batman, okay, Batman and the sewer rats, the Penguin,
Yeah.
he had an umbrella. Okay, and the rats would follow, right, the flute.
Yes.
And he was able to remove them from their explosive ways. Isn't that a funny word? Explosive. So, I mean, isn't orgasm explosive also?
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is they created a company called, Graham. The word Graham, like in grandma and grandpa. So I'm just building a situation right now, and like MA can be mass, and PA can be pen. So imagine I just noticed this now. I'm trying to understand the configuration of the alphabet. You know that, right? I mean, I know what you're doing. I know what you do. But me, I must understand, because now the question is, was it a number? Was it like, so far? You know what I'm seeing right now? It wasn't the alphabet or the numbers. It was everything together. It was the geometric shapes and what they saw that created it. The curvatures that when I'm designing all this stuff, and you design, right? So if you design, you just know what your leftovers look like and stuff like that. And you have to use everything. So you know what they do with everything? They throw it up in the big magnet. It just sticks there, and over time it just falls back to earth.
Yeah.
But only at that time it loses all its and it really burns through it as a regular, what do you call that, of what science should happen. Now I'm looking for something, and something that I'm looking for, I forget what it is, and I remember I see it and I can say it. It's the tetrahedron head. Oh, it's been the minimum. It's right here.
Isn't Aquarius? Let's see, they're fixed, right? Aquarius is fixed. Fixed, yeah, it's fixed. And because it's a fixed point, it is also the climax.
Can I say something? Aquarius and Venus run together. Now, wait a second. I want to show you something. That when I show you this, does it mean only these three can run together? And if I say they run together, Aquarius, Venus, where is 11 in here? How can we describe 11? You see, 11 shows up on the combination of 3 and 4 is a void 11. The other 11 shows up. The only 11 is right here. It's the only 11 you can see.
Yeah.
So that's the only visual 11. And look what is in the other side. It's 1 and 2. It's mother and father. 2 is always on the outside. So my question right now is, can a 2 cubic be the same size as a 3 cubic? That's what I want to know. Are they the same size? Did a 3 cubic happen to just be from splitting a 2 cubic? Does anybody know about science here? We're just the two of us? Okay, we know somebody knows about science. Da-da-da!
Yeah.
Magician.
Well, help her.
I'm on this commercial break. Well, I'll tell you one thing. This is what I have. You ever hear of the centaur?
Yes.
Okay. So
it's
now
the Cyclops also. The centaur is like the Cyclops.
Okay, so I'm going to have to keep that into mind. Now, the Cyclops also can be this. We can put the Cyclops, the uncle, hold on. The uncle, the horse, and what did I just say?
Cyclops.
No, the other one, the
centaur.
Centaur. Okay, the centaur, okay, comes along with the soul. And how it comes along with the soul is the only way to get it is from the proton, electron, and neutron, or what is the penicillin? When a female horse falls pregnant, okay, they can get that penicillin, which is still alive with the sperm in it. They use this and then inject us with it when you need to fight off in battle, which is giving you back the sperm. So what happened? The centaur means 1 cent. The 1 cent was the connection of the sperm that came from the horses. And now the horse is the only one, of course, that can connect the cat. 2 times 4, 8.
Yeah.
2 plus 4 equals 6. So what is that? I'm going to explain it to you. Listen. So cat is number 24. 5 is number 42, and so is 9. Now, I'll explain these in a minute. The horse is because it's a V8 and they call it HP horsepower.
Yeah.
Which is a combination of 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 to get the pH. Now they have the horsepower. Proton, electron, neutron, horsepower is your 432. Now, guess what? Where do you get that? Between 1 and 5. You know what that says? Penis. It's the penis. So in creation of the element in my game, which I call man's game, because the soul comes in and the soul is up to the letter N when everything hooks up together with Jack. So we hook up the feminine. Then we create the soul from the dust in the house. And then the father comes in through the breath. But how did they do it? Well, land animals stop. Land animals stop. They mixed up land with animal. So they went over to the horse. They created a centaur, something that we made, the horse and man that can mix up, and that was the sperm. So that has to be studied. But it needs to be studied and understood silver, gold, and bronze. Why? Because if you go look right now online, we must look right now. Do copper hooves help the horse's feet? Do you see that?
It's kind of difficult.
Copper alloy horseshoes and copper coated nails can help improve horses. So I'm talking because I did the study on this and it shows us directly. So now what you do is how do you match human sperm with horse sperm? Now remember, sperm, fluids, and everything else that has to have a gestation period so that it embodies to give it a chance, okay, to come up with the super glue. Because you do know that there is a thing, and let me see about this. What was the joke in the olden days? Where did they send the horses?
The glue, yeah.
Well, hold on a second.
Send it away if it has 3 white feet.
Did they ever send the horse to the glue factory?
Yeah, that was because if the horse did not win the race, it was sent to the glue factory. Yeah.
Seahorses were a primary source. Imagine. So I'm telling you, it's a primary source. Okay.
Because your wheel has horsepower, and then you have your mare, right? Isn't that the female horse is a mare?
Did you know that they said that you're not allowed?
The mare is also how the birds connect.
Do you ever hear of mare terre? Mare terre is seafood. Yes. Is seafood and land animal. I want to ask you a question. Tell me if this is possible. If they said it in the Bible, it doesn't have to be true. Because if they made us from land animal, then who made who they are? And from what did they make them? So we can always ask that question. The other thing is when you put the M-A, mare is a twist. Okay, and it's an electrical twist in Marie. To twist two electrical wires together. That's what they call a Marie. They
Yeah, and
also
that's like Mary.
Yes, Mars, Mary, Ram. The first, when you go from 1 to 18, everything stops. You don't have two heads. We are only half of what we are. We're not our reflection or anything else. And we don't have to be the body anywhere else. In the deck of cards, it shows you your two heads. It shows you your two hearts. It shows you you come down and you work together. I know when I speak to my cat now, I know what my cat is telling me.
Yay.
Do you want me to tell you about the cat? The thing I had this morning with the cat? I don't know if I taped it. But let me
I
see
saw
if
your video of you playing with her with your pole and your string and your little fuzzy
Hey, I
thing.
wasn't playing with the cat with my pole. You know what? You know what's so funny about certain words? For the males, of course, it had a hangover.
See, this is why I like you. You get it. You get it.
No, but the craziest thing is F6, right? F6, okay, is U21, which is 3C and X24. F6, U21. Now, just with this done, anyways, no, I wanted to jump onto something else. I was talking about something in specific.
I like how you
Yes,
pointed out, though, how the FU is the cube.
Well, so what it is with the FU is this is a duality. There are
Maybe I
three
should
of
share
these.
that on my page, too.
They're
I'm going to
the
copycat
trinity
you.
of this. The 3 is an assembly, okay? And the 3 is a hard way. Do you know that? Even though 66 in the game, they call, okay, 2 and 2 a hard way. Now, they also call the 5 and 5 the same thing, hard way. Don't forget the RD with the AH, right? So the RD with the AH is from 4th to 18th. That when the assembly of 0, 1, 2, 3 assemble at 6, the first house is 0, 1, 2, 3. The next house is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you wrap them together, the first house is all that. I'm going to show you what this is. Just want to see if I got this. Da, 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 da. Oh. 4 and 4. Okay. This is I forget what they call this. Okay, so these over here, it's a one-time roll, and it's 30 to 1. These here, I'm not really sure what they are, between 5 and 6 to 1. These two are the same, and these two are the same. I guess they recognize that they're on the same side. I guess they recognize the 7 within the odds. I guess they recognize this also. And note, they never use more than 6 and 6. And this, since they're the opposite, you can see it's in the center. So you can see and you can recognize in their opposition, there is only 2 that you do not see. And there's 6 over here, and there's 1 over here. Remember that combination of 1, 2, 6, the invisible 2, because that can go, what is 12 o'clock? This would be 6 o'clock at 1, 2, 6. If you want to use 26, we can use 26 as well, or 62, representing the queen, also representing the sun. ACE, that the house has been split. Sorry, let's not use the sun, the tetragrammaton, which is part of the sun. Why did they say that? The queen is number 62, 26 is dog, 26 is God. Imagine that 26 is God and 62 is queen and 51 is Mars. And you look at 51 Mars and you get 2662. So is it the Mars God? Do you follow me with that?
Yeah.
Do you follow the 432 vibration in between here? Do you know what you're missing? 06. The highest and the lowest. You're missing because of the 6 sides. So you're missing 06. You know what you're missing on this side? 01. This side becomes the E world. Do you want me to tell you why 01? Because in between here, you have 3, 4, 5. So you have what is 01 that you don't see here, and you have the 3, 4, 5 you don't see here.
Okay.
Here, you don't see the 0 on one side. You don't see the 6 on the other side. Sorry, I didn't explain it properly. And inside, you have 2, 3, and 4.
I get it now. This is why I listen. I listen to your explanation because I do understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to find your train of thought. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I totally see what you're saying there with those numbers.
Yeah, this is number 7. The number 7 comes in over here. Can I just take a 1-minute break, play a song or something, and maybe you can just do something? How are the flowers, the plants? Oh, and this is the thing about the cat. Let me tell you one thing. If we speak into the air and everything is for our own learning purpose, right? Then I talk to the cat and I go, who's you up there? What are you doing to me to manipulate me for me to learn something? Are you directly doing it on purpose, or are you there for learn? Who's at the other end of the joystick trying to either aggravate me or excite me at the other end? So I talk to the cat as a real I know who you are. I know you have trouble talking back, but I see you flipping all over the place. Either you want food or this or that. And they have their obligations. Like the person controlling the cat, maybe they're on on their own thing also. Maybe they're getting judged on how they control the cat down here.
Oh, yeah, because you can come. Okay, so, in the video game world, I posted this on my page, you can play the stray cat in the video game world. And what I have been shown in the spirit mostly is because we have all the video games here, they're teaching us about the main video game that we're all playing in. Because the animals are alive, they're also playing the game of life, and you can come back as an animal if you wanted.
Right. So, and that said, right, is that exactly? So I'm saying, okay, this animal came back to me. I chose this animal before I left there. I told this animal to come here to be my cat while I was here.
Yes, she's your companion. Yes,
and she's here, and she does things to make sure that when I want to go back to work and I'm patting her, my mind is saying to me, don't forget about relaxing your heart. Don't forget, you don't have to continue doing this. Don't forget about this. Don't forget. So it gives me a period of thought. you know?
Yeah, and in a
Right?
sense, you are her pet. So from her perspective, you're her pet. She takes care of you. You see what I'm saying? This is why what I was shown is you should be kind to all the animals because all the animals have a purpose. You know, they have a soul. A lot of people say animals don't have souls, and animals do have a soul. We all utilize the same soul in a sense because they are also tuned to the sun just like we are. They
If I
have a
don't
birth
make
chart.
this,
They
if
have
I
a
don't
birth
make
chart
this,
just like humans do.
if I don't make the animal purr, who loses out? Me or the animal? Only me. Only I lose out. The animal don't lose out. I don't see these animals losing out on anything at all.
Yeah, and in a sense, they teach you. The animals teach you about yourself. You could see this in the gematria even too with the numbers, like how you were just tying the horse and the cat into the story of man's creation.
Well,
That's exactly how it's supposed to be. They tell us a story about us. All the animals combined together tell a story about man. They tell a story through the visual because you can look at a horse and you can see the horse, right? And it has hair. That's part of the story. Just like the name horse. The horse name has a story too.
Was there a horse with the Aztec? Because remember, when the Aztec time came, right?
Most of the kings of the earth, they all rode horses. It's a part of the story because you're also a king of the earth who is riding the horses because you're riding the zodiac. The zodiac shows you the 4 horses with the 4 corners. And keep in mind, Aquarius is one of those horses. This is why we find our horsepower in the age of Aquarius. And it's activated right now because we're in the fire horse house right now. And you can only see that when you know your Chinese zodiac. Because if you're just following just Western astrology or sidereal astrology, you're not going to see the horses. But if you go to the Chinese calendar, you will find horses there. Just like you'll find the pigs and the dog. It's all the same program. It's just been broken up. You know what I mean? And then you go as the collector and you collect all those Easter eggs as a grand hunter, you know. Because in a sense, you're the white rabbit, too, who collects the eggs. And then you're also the one who hides the eggs.
So I'm just trying to share this one video. I don't know why I can't. It won't show me the lyrics. It just won't show me the lyrics. I don't know why. I did something to it, and I did something with the lyrics. Yeah, I downloaded. I did something. I'm very unhappy about that.
Oh no.
What is it? Okay, I'm gonna play it anyways. Playlist here. I know I messed up with the lyrics. Let me see what this says. Okay, this is in French. I don't like this. I just want to take a little break, and I'm just trying to find the right tune. Oh my.
Yeah, when I came onto your page, I shared the live. There was someone who was here, the Jaguar. He was here last show, and he come and messaged me and wanted me to tell him when you went live again. So I went and told him you were live. But yeah, you had a really good show last time too. I mean, every show I think is a great show.
Thank you.
But I thought I would tell you that you had someone come and ask me to.
Sorry, Mom. I did that done.
Let's do it again.
Okay, let me see if I can find this one song.
There.
I don't know why I can't
Sorry, Mom.
find.
All right, go take it.
What is it saying? What is this?
No, you don't.
Wow, you know what? Sometimes I do some of the work so fast that I just. Oh, you know where I find the uncle I find the uncle lies also with the horse. You know why the uncle lies with the horse? The horseshoe, right? The horseshoe, the horse, the penicillin, the proton, the electron, the neutron is the same numeric value, okay, 71. Virgo is 71,
Mom.
okay?
Ladies is 71.
Mom. Sorry, Mom.
Virgo is 71, is 71, and Pisces is 71. Every 71 minutes, 60 plus 11, okay, it is 1 hour and 11 minutes. Also, AG, which is supposed to be the numeric letters for silver, is connected to this as well. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 8, equals to 7 by 8, equals to 56. 7 plus 8 equals to 15. Minus is 41. Go. Added is 71 to jail. $41.71. Go and go to jail. The 2 goes you get.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, no?
Yep.
You know where I get this from? Because Monopoly, number 1 is go. When you go around again, it's 41. 31 is go to jail. When you go around again, it becomes 71. So one becomes 71 to 31 count. The other is 1 to 41. So one of them is a 1 dot 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 5. The other is a 4 dot 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 8. Wow, Pluto jail. Yeah. So when I said that is 1 to 41, that's your 1, your 5, that's your go around. This one to this one, 3 and 1 is 4, 7, 1 is 8. That's your silver gate. The 1 and 3, the 1 and 4, they split the alphabet. The Aztec run on 26. They have a shift with the numbers, right? Because it's 26 and digits using 0. My question is, and you also have to understand that they associate 9 and 12 together. When you go around the belly of 3 by 4, that's 12. When you have a triangle on a corner, that's 9. 9 and 12. The other thing about that is the reverse of the inside of the cube is 4 and 3. 3.5 meet. They share one area space. Somebody mentioned that the other day. 71 minutes, 1 by 7, 1 plus 7, 7 and 8. This is by the Vatican Gate. Do you remember why? Because it's a singularity in numbers. Duality only begins at 3. 7 is also part of a duality. There's only 6 sides. But the singularity of 1 is it's the only lonely one that only becomes once it connects. It connects 6 here. Imagine 1 connects with 6, 7, and then 1 connects with 6, 7. But all in all, it's only 6. And it's not 6 because it can't be the head and the tail at the same time. So it becomes just a connection within who we are. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta play a song. I'm very unhappy. I only have the words I don't have the words, but I wonder if
Yeah, and
it'll play.
I was thinking the other day, because I've shown on my page how, a lot of the horror movies, they show you truth because you find the whore or the White House or. And then I was trying to show how a lot of the doctors, how they have taken some of the astrology and given us diseases for the dis-ease, This is why we have to become at ease. And I feel like you become more at ease when you find the zodiac and see how it's been constructed in a different way. So like you have Cancer, and now Cancer is a astrology symbol. And you have Crohn's disease. That's a disease of the gastric, it has to do with your bowels and stuff. But Kronos is Saturn. And then you have AIDS, and the AIDS comes from the Pleiades, because the Pleiades, It aids
So-
us. It helps us. It's helping.
So you might be able to say the pleats. So another thing to do with pleats is that when you have vision and you have pleats or your blinds, you can't see them. So if you turn uh, something, a triangle or a shard sideways, you might not see it. In the 60s, they used to have, when they turned the TVs off in the 60s, you used to see a lot of snow. So I'm looking at that, understanding that our eyes were made to see through that basic snow. But what we can see, okay, could be the pleats, or what you're saying is the Palladians can be an element that comes from beyond. Remember, all the equipment, right? All the equipment gets a name, right? They have a caterpillar, they have a truck, they have a car. Everything becomes a name. And then where did these names come from? They come from what? They use letters to make a name. And the machine, why did they call it this? Why did they call it that? So I look at history to try and figure out all these things. But first, I'm still going over all the ing. Is it bingo? The ing association with one singular letter. So I still like to say what A and L is. I love the combination of A and L.
Me too.
What's that?
I said, me too.
So A and L, like for alchemy, alphabet. When you count A all the way to L, so what is L? It's the 12th letter. When you count 1 to 12, right, it equals to 78. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. That's where the soul energy comes from into the house. It's almost like what they did is they created an empty house of animals, right? And in order for us to breathe and to be able to live on this planet, they need to constantly update that for us to have our area space to be here.
Yeah.
At the same time, it has to be tested. So like when they ask me about Jesus Christ, I go, I take no part. But if you want to know numerically, Jesus Christ is a system, and the first person that came in was named Jesus Christ. Why did they name this person Jesus Christ? Right? When this person didn't exist before, but only exists because coming into the body of the Father, the breath. So one of the things is the J letter, and that's a duality when 0, 1 come together inside of J. J is not the 10th letter. It now becomes the 11th letter if you start with O at the beginning and move O all the way to the beginning. So that's a question. Should I have 1 O or 2 O's? Is O a separation, right? Or just an area space to have that gearing? The E letter is because when you split this letter here by having the birth, that I letter, right? This is where the E comes in because 0 plus 1 equals to 1. But when it's divided by 2, it becomes 2 times 0.5 to equal to 1. And that's where it shows up. What is 0, 1, 2? When you go 0, 1, 2, let's erase this. When you go 0, 1, 2, right, the total is 3. So no matter what you have to have an average of 1. So the average becomes like this, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah.
So 0 ends up with 1, 2 ends up with less than 1, 1 remains at 1, and 0 now gets 1. And now you have your 3 area spaces. But these 3 area spaces could be 9, 9, 9.
Hi, Mom. I need.
And the average of 1 divided by 9 equals 1.111.
It's all done. Go on.
Isn't that amazing how that works out?
Yeah. And I teach how we're all Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ, if you do your gematria, it'll show you the jack.
Somebody says BB is 22. Yeah, 1111. Yes, 22. Absolutely. But Kiki is also to a single digit. No, not Kiki. Is it Kiki? Yeah, Kiki. So that's like dog, cat. Instead of the B, right? You put a K, becomes dog, cat.
Yeah.
Do you know? So the B letter for me is just telling me about all the dualities within the house of Bait. A tells me about all the connection with inside the alpha house. So inside the alpha house, you connect Bait, okay? You connect Bet and Dalet. Dalet, Bet. Here you have DA, okay? DAET. The other one you just have B-E-T. When you say bet, blow my nose and touch my toes and stretch my back. I must be a cat. So
Still going. Take it.
So
Take it to
we
your
have
room. Yeah, take
the
it.
house of Bet, and now we have Dalit, D-A and B. Check that out. D-A and B says bat. Hold on. D-A and B. It says bad.
Yeah.
Here is 1 and 3. This would be the bar mitzvah, and this would be the bat's mitzvah. You see the way Gimel can share with Bet and Aleph can share with Bet? Do you see that this one, hold on a second. Here's Zion, Vav. You see what they did? Why did they do that? Let me see. They put the first 5 here and the next 5 here. But they have a 12-inch ruler.
Yeah, and I have studied that language and see how it's deconstructed to tell a story. So every letter tells a story. I know that. And I also know that like Chinese is similar to that. They're all telling through their alphabet.
I want
a
to do that
creation
with you.
story.
Yes, stick to that. I want to see if this plays. Stick to that. I like that. That I want to do. Hold on. I want to see if this plays.
Okay.
I just want to see if it plays. I don't know if I lost the words.
Yeah, and you were going to I think you were going to take a break or something, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm putting this on.
Yeah, okay.
I just don't have the words. Something's happened. It's like in slow motion.
Straight across the cubic coast, bridge of the numbers the universe knows. 6 faces turning in a silent light, 8 corners holding the day and night, 12 edges walking the cosmic ground, at the center point where the truth is found.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
The numbers dance to the sound, 12 signs spinning the zodiac round. Celtic wind and ice and snow, hip-hop pulse in the undertow. Numbers rise, stars align, every letter holds a sign. Turn the cube and look around, every code comes back around. Moons in a turning year, whispering rhythms we barely hear. 13 times 13 makes the fear. 169 is the grid revealed. Squares of the moon in a silent array, 40 around on the outer way. Border walkers on the edge of time, counting the rhythm in silent rhyme, silent rhyme. 7 stands like a gated flame, 14
369. The horseshoe, the bald head, the hook, the anchor. And imagine if this opens up like a sun.
Piano begins to play, 88 keys in
The strongest area of a sun, 120 degrees.
36 black notes bending near. E to C is the half-step line, E to F in the same design. Little gaps in the octave frame, tiny bridges that shape the game. Dance to the numbers, dance to the sound. 12 signs spinning the zodiac round. Celtic wind and ice and snow. Hip-hop pulse in the undertow. Numbers rising, stars align. Every letter holds a sign. Turn the cube and look around. Every code comes back around. How the story of life begins when the cosmic rhythm spins. 12 meets 13 in a silent place, halfway turning in the area of space. Something happens between the two, a spark of life coming into view. Sperm meets egg in a flash of light, 12 and 13 ignite the night. From that crossing a light appears, spinning forward through the years. A 13, 14 walk the same, equal steps in a mirrored frame. 12 to 13 is the hidden door, bridge of life we can't ignore. Capricorn climbs where the mountains rise. Aries horns cut through the skies. Leo burns with the solar flame. Scorpio shadows the hidden name. 13 signs in a circle bound. 42 in the code we found. Numbers whisper beneath the stars, writing stories in cosmic bars. 55 when the lights come flying, 5 by 5 in the lion sign, echo roaring through space and air, ancient rhythm everywhere. Dance to the numbers, dance to the sound, 12 signs spinning the zodiac around, Celtic wind and ice and snow, hip-hop pulse in the undertow, numbers rising, stars align, every letter holds a sign, turn the cube and look around, every code comes back around, broken big bones in the body of time, letters and numbers weaving the rhyme, science walking beside the song, geometry proving where we belong, triangles turning in silent grace, circles forming the outer space, ratios ringing in every tone, music carved into cosmic stone. From the farms to the Arctic shore, wolves and beavers and caribou roam, every creature beneath the sun moves to the beat of the cosmic drum. We are strong in the rhythm we share, oceans moving through thought and care, not just actions that shape the sea, but the thoughts that guide will be. So count the letters, count the signs, follow the rhythm between the lines. In this great cube of time and sound, the universe turns us all around. The alphabet is the skeleton, the zodiac is the dance, the high notes are the instruments, and the numbers out your time. I went across Canada.
I'm gonna play another one. I just want to show off some pictures, look over some stuff. You still there? Okay, that's okay. Yes, here you are. What is this? Just want to see what this is. No, don't like that one.
Yeah, I'm just fixing my hair a little better.
Never ending, bare feet on gravity, her name in the wind.
I gotta write a few more.
Hands full.
What's this one?
Oh yeah, I like what you've been writing. They're just so beautiful. You should make like a CD or something, you know.
Yeah, you know what? I need that.
But I want you to also include your background music where the men go, those are my jams. I love it. It's so hypnotizing. It makes automatically, when I come on your page and hear that music, it's just comforting to me. But that's probably because I listen to that kind of stuff all the time. I can just
Yeah, I hear you.
put it on the background and it's just a wonderful day every time.
Okay, I think I got this. Let me see this. Hold
I don't
on.
think I heard this one.
Hold on. Where is this? Here. Okay, because I can do the words. But at the same time, what I was doing, right, I was doing this, and I was going to put see if I can get another thing in the background. It doesn't overlap too much. That goes in my... Silver moon above the ground, watching over the charming ground. Tesla. See Tesla? Through the green and frozen field. See, all it is a Star of David everywhere. It's all it is. Or how about this? Football dancing in the fields. We're going to stop that for a minute, but you see what's going on here? 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 1 equals 2. 3 times 1 equals 3. 1 plus, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. Etc. Then it's the, what's the next one? 4 times 1 equals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the first one. And then we went to number 3. Instead of 1, we did 3. 1 times 3, 2 times 3. And we just showed you everything that's going on in the 9 numbers. And then it shows you its duality. You see, in duality, right, in the 7th house, in duality at the 7th house, you associate AD, you associate AB, you associate BH. H, okay, is an earth-water situation. It's a 10. You connect your half cube in 5-7. That's where the moon comes in. Do you see these two here? Do you see these two here? 5 times 7 is 35. 5 plus 7 creates AB, right? And it equals to 12. 12 and 35 equals to 47. The moon equals the time. Did you ever see that one?
No, I was getting frustrated with myself because I'm trying to screenshot it, and for some reason my phone, because I wanted you to go back to the first part of it.
Okay, well, what I'm
Or do you have this posted already? Because I wanted to look at what you had, because I started out doing something like that. I'd have to go back in my notes.
If you get all the mathematicians out here with all the simple math, just the and the simple math, I'll show you this in a minute. Hold on. It's all basically simple. It's just to come up with the equation, the big equation,
Yeah.
So that's all. I really haven't done anything than done everything everybody has already done, right? Isn't that the way I do it? Just what everybody else has done.
Oh yeah, you're just showing us stuff that we should already know. That's already out there, but in a sense we have to relearn. That's what I feel like is happening. A lot of the learning curve. We got that curveball, and we have the learning curve that comes with it. And at the same time, you're everything. It's already here. Everything is already here because it's all in you. But at the same time, it comes into the house in stages and ages. It's kind of like confirmation in a way, Anyways, that's what I think it is. It's like us. We're trying to learn ourselves all over again because we kind of fell down here and we kind of forgot. But at the same time, we didn't forget anything. You're recalling. It's a recall. It's like total recall. This is why you're the Terminator. You have the terms. Here's your terms right here. These are the letters. These are the true letters because they are also the numbers. It's the fire. The numbers are the fire. I seem to get the whole thing, and I've tried to teach others part of what I've got. I think I'm doing a good job, but I will say I have lost a lot of friends along the way.
As you have done, you owe us no reasoning for your ways. That's what you have done, and you have done, for you have hopefully done and got in no one's way. for that is what you have done. For now, please refrain for 1 minute. Let me say what I was thinking from what you have done. And now, basically, I want to show you from what everybody has done. I possibly took this from somebody that has done something before me, because when I was born, guess what? All this existed. Somebody must have did it. So I look back in time, and I just want to let you know that when I look back in time and I look back at history and I look at the map, they said that in the Saudi Arabia was this land where these certain people hung out until they moved up all the way to the rivers of the Dolphin, what I want to call it. And this is the area of the non-existent. This is inside of a book that I'm reading where they talk about Tartaria and Atlantis out of this book. I don't want to say any more, but because of that book and a number of people buying these books, I also study the words, certain words, but I haven't read the book. But if you say something in the book, I'll come out and say something. So what this does for me, okay, and I just want to see if I have the other. I want this one. No, I don't. Whoop, hold on a second. What's this? I have no idea what this is. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Okay, whatever. I don't know. They're trying to make me play things or pass things or something. Get me off the screen. Just give me no. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, TikTok, for this moment of your time. I'm not going to take 20 minutes to say TikTok, or how about TT 2020, right? Why should we not promote it a little bit? It gives us the opportunity to be here. You know what I'm saying? So promote it with your soul. So, yeah, I want to see where this is here. Okay, this is what I want to show. I don't want to put it in the background. This is too hard. Sorry about that. I'm not, keep it away from there. Okay, leaning up against the desk. Of course, that's what happens. It's there you go. There you go. So what it is you see that? That's the first house. You see this? That's the third house. Everything multiplies by 3, so I multiplied everything by 3. There's the fifth house. You see? Everything got multiplied by 5. 5, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 20. 2. 5 is 25. 25, 2 and 5 is 7. 5 times 6 is 30. Hold on a second. I don't know why I'm holding it up like this. I said I'm going on a break, so just give me 1 minute. I'll put on some soft music or I'll sing to you. How's everybody doing? Guys, somehow
Yeah, I wonder which one of these is that music you're playing right now. That's the music. I really love that. I know you've told me before. Sometimes I forget.
It's the haunted house.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Okay. I am serious. La Maison de Hund. How do you say doghouse in German?
In German, that
How come I can't get it louder?
Hundehütte.
How come it's saying it so slow? Haunted Hut.
Yes. Yeah.
Haunted house. Halloween is a bridge. 304 305 in a leap year. 444 and then 5. So nothing ever gets to be the fourth 4. It's 444 and then bridge. 444 and then bridge in through us. Now the thing is this no way. I didn't lose my design, did I? Please tell me I saved it somewhere. Where would I save all my stuff from Paint if I would download it? Just give me 1 minute. Oh yes, here. Where is it open? Where is my edit open? Edit. Where's my files? Why can't I open up my files?
You know, I have German heritage. So that's another reason why I know about the swastika, because I understand what it truly is. But also my papa's name, my papa, he was Cherokee. And his name was Fred. And in German, that means peace. So I have Papa Peace.
So you remember what I did before this? So I can't find my...
Yeah, I love that one. It
But
looks
I
like the
lost
sea
it.
monster.
I lost
Uh-oh.
it. I do that all the time. I don't have enough storage. I don't do things right.
Tell me about
You
it.
know, and I'm working on a whole bunch of new stuff. Like you see this here. So what happens is if I take the 1, right, and go with the 6, I get a 7. So where does the 6 begin? Is it the fine line? And if you look, it's 12 times 5 minutes, right, for 60. But guess what? Every circle is 360. So we have to understand the dynamics. Oh, and I need to find it here. Here's my original. But I had them go over it. Do you see the way it works? Do you see what this is? These 3 things here? What does that represent this?
It's a Trinity symbol, and I know how important Trinity is for Neo. Neo has to find the Trinity, and it's also the C3 for the 33. It's a Magician's Connect, but
where did you see, I started the whole design with understanding this. Hold on a second. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, we have this here, right?
Trinity House. That's what. Yeah.
So
Yes,
if you
okay.
take a look, I can move this down. Okay, that's good, and I can make it. I can make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so when you go into this is the first, third, and fifth, A, C, and E. So in the first house A, in the third house C, in this house E. One of the reasons for choosing your A, C, E, each one has a dot. Okay. The other thing is, when you look at this, 1 minus 6 is the letter E. 2 minus 5 is 3C. 3 minus 4 is 1A. 7 minus 6 is 1A. 8 minus 5 is 3C. 9 minus 4 is 5E. So far we see the same, yes? You see, we had to make the 12 zodiac signs. We needed duality. We needed 8 and 4. You want to see one of the 8s and 4s? I think I took a picture in this. Thank you for being so patient there.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so I don't know if I took the picture of the pages of the pictures. I know that. Hold on a second. Okay, not very happy that I can't show everything, that I will show this. And so what this actually is, if you notice there's a pyramid below one of these. What this actually is it's a triangle. But if you look at the greater of the triangle, it's actually 120 degrees separation to what is 3, 6, and 9. This is what this is. So if you're looking at this, or you're looking at this, it's the same thing. It's the exact, hold on a second, is this the one? Yes, it's the same thing. I'm showing you the same. Can you see it? So what I did is, because of imagination, what I did is I split each one of the sailboats in half, and I said, you know what? Ding dong, I got a bell. I'm going to hold that bell up here. But the question is, does it run into this area here or the voided area space here? Oops.
Yeah, and see, that's great because when I look at that, I see the cube at the center, and I know that's the music box. That's Metatron. Metatron equals the music box in Gematria. And at the same time, there's your wingdings right there. Your wingdings equals Metatron. Just like Metatron equals a billionaire. You're already a billionaire. And because you're the white rabbit, you're the millionaire also. So, I'm just saying, you guys.
Can you put it more towards, can we try to do this? Because I need to run a singularity on the channel, your singularity duality is not linking up the game part. So if you're gonna link up, I'm just trying to figure out if I can explain it to you. Like, I'm showing you this as a rose bush. You remember Jesus they said something about a rose bush?
Rosemary, yes.
Or rosemary, rose bush, and the thorns. So this has the thorns, and it's what sticks out from here, that when you create this, the bell that hangs from here is here, and this bell rings. But if it's this way, this bell rings. Do you understand all the bells that ring?
Yes, this is why you're the ringmaster and the ringleader. And I feel like I explained, because the words I'm using, I'm trying to connect them using the gematria, using the numbers also, to add to your image and your story, because I know what these words equal in simple gematria, because we do keep it simple for the Stoop ID. And I know the Stoop ID, how it links to the Roy G. Biv, because I know the maths on that. But yeah, everything that you're pointing out is definitely correct, and my perspective as the observer, because I have these eyes, and I want to share these eyes, and how I utilize my eyes and my ears is with the numbers in the gematria.
Okay, I have a question. I froze my cream by mistake. I thought I set the freezer properly. Now I got a cream here, 18%, and I got a coffee. Can I just should I break off a piece? What should I do?
Oh my God. I just did a post yesterday on butter.
What do I do? What do I do? Listen, I'll tell you one thing. Do you know why? Do you know what this means? There's only
it's one. It's a gold brick there you got. You got a brick of butter.
It's now.
Okay. Okay. Someone in the comments said break it off and put it in the coffee.
Okay, I'm going to do that. So listen to this, okay?
Iced coffee.
Okay, give me a minute. Okay. Not very happy, but I rather warm it up, but I'm going to put it in the hot coffee. Okay, not that hot. Okay, number one, why did it happen? Because it went into a freezer. Number two, I didn't verify, but I did the day before, was suspicious, and I didn't check it for overnight, and it froze. I did it all by myself. I now know that the next one does not go in the freezer. This was a $4.88, and you know what? I like Saputo. I really do. Nobody else sells an 18%, right? Saputo sells an 18%. Do you know that A and B equals to C? Did you know the heavens of H, which are the master numbers, is also 8? Did you know M13 1000 XXX? And did you know at 18 you can connect all of the 8 around 1 and you're 18 years old? Now you can have the spirit within. So what was I talking about? The third finger, 5, 8. A foot, 10. And the third finger, 13. 2 feet in a hand, 15, 18. There's only 4 numbers for these fingers. Every other one has a different amount. This is the way I do my work. And I was born with that initial, M. I know somebody else was born with an F. Can you be born with a G? Has anybody been born with a G? How come we can't be born as a G? Like, what's the initial? Can you be born as, like, I want to know, like, what's the initial G? Hold on. I want to know something. When you're born, can you put on your birth certificate an initial for G? What would that mean? No, I'm saying the G, like for your gender. Can you just use G for what gendered you are? Wow, you can't use the acronym, huh? And X is a non-binary, so that creates a duality. Check this out. The reverse alphabet of the singularity is C, reverses an X. Now they're using X here as a non-binary. They're using M, male, with N, okay? Because that's the reverse alphabet. They're using F, female, with their letter U. So they're using the letter U for the alphabet. Okay, do you follow what I'm saying? Look. They use the M, the reverse alphabet is N. But it doesn't matter because this is the M. Do you understand? There's only 4 of these numbers. 3, 8, 13, and 18. And each one has a special thing about it. Number 3 is 1 between 2. Number 8 is 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 4, and 4 is 8. Representation of Abraham in the house of Beit. Number 13 is the first time 9 and 4 comes together. And what is 4? The 4 sides over here or the 4 sides over here. The 9 sides, the 4 sides. How can I say this? A 2 by 2 cubic and a 3 by 3 cubic come together. The 13 is the first time you say teen. It's a 9 and 4, 13. It's not a 10 and 4, but reserved for 10 and 4 on this cube. That when you see 6 and 4 on one side, 6 and 4 on one side, the other side will be 1 and 3. So the masculine bar mitzvah comes into this. The feminine is 5 and 4. Reverse 2 and 3. Now, this can change. I'm using these because those are the numbers that configure right now. And it's communication. But it goes back and forth because one brings the communication. You have to fabricate the communication. And it's the nature. But although it's somebody else sending the message, you know what I'm saying? I wrote the message out with a pen. I didn't make the pen. I didn't make the ink, but I wrote it on a letter on paper that somebody else made and somebody else delivered it. All I did was wrote out what was on it and you read it. but everything else had to take part in order for you to receive it. Isn't that pretty cuckoo? And another thing, you see this over here? There's never more than 2 of these. There's always has to be 2 of these. Would you like me to tell you why?
Yes.
First of all, AE, right? But you can also use the 6th and the 10th, or the 1st and, okay? Or you can say the extension, 6, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means 987 is here. That's pretty funny because if 987 is here, you know what's here? 2, 3, 4 with 987. So let me just write that down and let me explain it. So, Whoopi.
Yeah, I like how you're teaching with your hands there. You know, and I know that is a sign language that you are using. You're using a sign when you show me with your hands. That's also the symbol for making a call, right? It's the telephone.
Yes.
And this is also Y for Jack in sign language. Just so you know. Y, and then you write Z with your pinky. See how?
The turning on and off is also going to, oh, you froze, but also the turning on and off of this inside of Q.
Yeah.
And you don't need, and I just want to show you something, that turning on and off is not doing this. You want to see the difference between on and off? It's just this. It's 1/4 turn because it turns onto the other side of the Q. So this is what happens. Hold on, I'm not finished. Never revealed before, so I'm going to do it after the break. I want to get the cream out. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you the 911 and 432, 440. If you divide 432 and 440 by 8, it becomes 55 divided by 54, which equivalable to what is 11 divided by 9 and 9 divided by 11. 9 divided by 11, or what is 54 divided by 55, or vice versa. Because 55 and 11 is 5 times 55. And no matter what you do, if you want triple digits, you want 999, 8 divided by 9, right? Or how about, is it 16? Hold on. 8 divided by 9.
See, just when you say 8 divided by 9, there's so much I have just on 8 and 9 because you're in the 8. The 8 is for the gate. You're in the gate. You know, and then the 9 comes into play. The die comes into play.
So check this out.
8 of 8.
8 divided by 9, okay, is going to be 888. Now double the 8, okay, to 16 divided by 9 is now 777. 24 divided by 9 is 666. 32 divided by 9, and that's a big number. We should remember it. 32 divided by 9 equals to 555. And then not only 32, but now we're going to go down again. We're going to add on another one. Now we got 40 divided by 9 equals to 444. And then we're going to add on another 8. So you're adding on 8. Now this would go with the game of pool. So you'd go 8, 16, 24, 32, 4, 12, 20, 28, 40, 36, 48, 44. Okay, so now let me explain this. The game of pool separates with the 8 ball. When you move the 8, okay, each level up, and you move the 1, each level up, they move at the same rhythm. 1 plus 1 is 2. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. I went from 8 to 7. I went from 1 to 2. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 3. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. So when I go to 24, 2 and 4 is 6. 6 divided by the maximum number is 9 equals 666. Let me show you again.
Now, see, when you speak how you're speaking, I am looking at them as blocks. These are building blocks, in my opinion, which you're speaking, and I can see what you're saying, but I'm seeing it how, how I've been shown, which I feel like we all have the same shapes in common because of the images that you're sharing with the shapes and stuff,
Right. So here is 888. Now, if I made this 16, this will reverse to 777. So I'm going to turn the 8 into a 16. And now I have a 777. I only look after the points. I want to know what algorithm you're in. I don't want to know anything else, just the algorithm. Because all I have to do, even in numbers, it's the same thing. If I want to get up another number, right, it's going to be, you can go up by 8s. You can go up by 9s. It's just going to, when you go up by 8, it reduces by 1. When you move by 7, it moves by 2. 7 and 2 also move together. So what is 7 and 2 is a movement in duality. So when you go 2, 4, 6 is the same thing as 7, 7, 7. So let me show you. 2, 4, 6. The difference between 6 and 2 is 4. 7, 7, 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. The difference between 7 and 3 is 4. They're the same. They run in tandem all the time. They are what they are. Take it or leave it. These are the dots and the dashes of all time. Even Roman numerals. Where's the cream in my coffee? Where's the knife? Oh, there it is. Wow, this plate is cold. How much cream can I take? Half of it? Man, this cream is cold. Why in the world did I put it back in the fridge?
Yeah,
Oh,
see, when I created cream and coffee in my story over here, I put a pink cow in the cup. And then the cow's kind of got a bullseye on its back. And then it's bone china cup on a silver dish with the spoon. And the spoon's like dripping honey into the eye of a volcano. That's how I see coffee and butter, or the coffee and cream with the sugar, which the sugar is also the honey. It's nature's honey. I love the nature honey because it's like that medicine. Do you put honey in your do you put honey in your coffee or tea? Because they offer cream or sugar. Sometimes honey is optional.
okay. So this is the thing about sugar. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing about sugar. Because I play with game theory and I take things for the way they are, sugar helps things ferment. Now, fermentation causes that gas or whatever alcohol. This, in turn, is called a spirit. So I take it not literally, but in a context, in different contexts. So say, when Moses walked the desert, the matzah didn't rise. Talking about spirit. They're also talking about 19. So what happens in the clubhouse, at the bar? Well, we have to have oysters. And it's got to be in September at the minimum. September in the 9th month in the oyster bar at the clubhouse after the 18th hole, before the first hole, before the 10th hole in the back nine. In the back nine where you separate your gates. So I looked behind me. I was sitting down on my back end. I didn't know if my gates were separated or not. I looked around and I had a clean sweep. So I came back and I stood up and I'm putting back this paper over here. The number 9 is after number 8. When they say French say 19, they will say it as 10-9. And when I look at a circle, I got 180. Where's the 9? What happened to the 9? I got 180. I ain't got no 9. The only 9 I got splits this in half. That's the 9 I got. So now I know at 180, when it comes to 9, it's on the other side going up. It's the other 18. And I can do this even in the alphabet, even if the alphabet has 26 letters. I bring everything to a full circle. Even if you have 4, it doesn't matter. Still a circle. Circle of 4. Okay, 4 divided equals to 5, right? So the first circle is 5, right? The first triangle is 3. And as you still have to divide it by 360.
I didn't know I wasn't moderating for this man. And I didn't know I was supposed to say something, but I will. I would tell Miranda. She wanted me to let you know she was requesting to come up.
Okay, give me a moment.
You know, I'm not used to this app. I'm still trying to figure out how people operate on this application.
To bring people up.
Is it showing me as a moderator still? Maybe he set me as that because he liked me. Okay, I will let him know I just did. Yeah, I know the system based on the gematria mostly. You know, that's why I am from the electric company, because I work for the G&E, which is the electric, basically. You as the Tesla, you have to add back that silent E, that electric, where the lights come on the inside, and you can see the light. You can see the light because many here are still in darkness. They don't think this place is heaven. And you need to know how Earth is like smack dab in heaven, right there. You know, I feel like when people realize that, then they can all wake up, and then they can quit fighting each other over, you know, who's going to be the first winner of the bread house. And, you know, you're in the bread house in a sense because you're in the bread box. You're in the square die because you're on the die. You know, that's what I teach. I teach the construction with how you've already died and gone to heaven. Welcome to heaven, friends. This is what I teach. I know astrology. I know all about how to read the palms of your hands. I am the magic genie. I know how the alphabet works. I know how the alphabet is for Ra, for the right ascension, why we use English as the fish that reads from left to right. You got that babble fish there. You're the babble fish too, friend. You need to utilize all the information you have on Earth to understand the house or the game of life. This is what I teach. I teach people to go get their astrology, go get your birth chart, go get your Chinese house, go get your tropical house, go get your sidereal house. You know, go see all of that information and utilize it as the pinball wizard. You need to know how Abraham connects with magic. You can only do this when you have the eyes with the numbers. So in school, you learned how to use numbers, and you learned how to use letters. It didn't teach you how it works together, but at the same time they did. It's all out in the open right in front of your face. You just have the eyes. You just have to utilize those eyes to see. And the snake eyes are the dice. Those are some good eyes, friends. I teach you how to, you know, use the mystical stories, use your Greek mythology to understand those eyes.
So tell us about the eyes. Tell us about the Greek mythology.
Okay, so like Medusa. You know, Medusa, she is the Satan because she carries the spirit Alpha. In a sense, I am Medusa because me do spirit Alpha. I know how to read as the spirit Alpha, as the tenet. I know how to rotate those letters and numbers. I know how to like unlock it. And what Medusa does is she has the eyes and she turns all the men to stone. So you can see how the die, they're the stones. This is why we're stoners. This is why we're stoners. We're builders. We use those building blocks, those stones. The stones come together to make a brick. We pave the road to heaven in gold with our yellow brick road. This is why me as Medusa, I can show you the eyes and turn you into stone and show you how you are the stones. You're the stones that sing. And you can see this when you understand that your black box is the music box. You know, it's also the bones. The dice are also called bones. So, you know, this is why you as the Satan must turn your stones into bread. Then you see yourself as the manna of heaven, the man alpha of heaven in Pan's Labyrinth. Pan is bread.
I love bread.
Yeah, and I show how when you find those dice, those are the grapes of wrath. You're the grapes of wrath, you know? And the wrath is also a codex. It's for the water with the Ra, the resident angel. Ra is resident angel. Ra is also rabbit alpha. It's the rabbit, the white rabbit. It's also Jack. And the white rabbit is the jackrabbit. And jackrabbit is Jesus Christ. And this is why you're the Jesus Christ. As I teach this stuff. Yeah, and every time I come on your page, it's like you're on the same algorithm as me because you are basically, I feel like, and I stayed away for a while because I saw how similar, and I think it's because we understand the program, you know? I think it's because we're the angels that understand the program. Yeah, and you are the stone, and you need to know how Medusa is, how she connects to the moon goddess. You need to know how Medusa connects to the queen of heaven. That's Lucifer. That's Venus, the planet. You need to know how Venus connects to Mars for your demons and phobias.
So why do we need to know? What
so
does it
you
help?
can understand that the planets work for you. And you're working with the stars. You're a star who works with the stars, and then you can see how the stars are connected and how they all work together. And then you can see how Earth has been working together the whole time.
Can you tell me I need to really I want to know. We have.
I hope I'm making sense, though. I'm really trying to explain how I see the world. I've tried.
No, I understand that, but the channel of here is about not what you. It's about we're doing numbers here, so it's more about explaining the numbers. How does number 5, the 5th planet, Jupiter, connect to the 4th planet, or how does Jupiter?
Well, you got to understand their cycle. And understand. Okay, so like you as a human on Earth.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Okay, I know we have to understand your cycle, but I'm telling you we all can go and learn to understand. And I'm telling you to give us a direct explanation that also to note it's in the fixed house. Is it because it doesn't move? Is who said it was the fixed house? Who was the one who brought up that it was?
Yeah, the planets, they basically show you your biology. They show you your development as you're developing in time.
Besides that, who came in? Okay, and said that Aries is going to be the first sign, and that and why did it go beyond 9? We only have 9 planets, things like that. I'm trying to understand that dimension of it, and then little teeny weeny things. We need to solve the mystery of the alphabet.
Yes, it is layers and layers of information, but once you get it, and you stack it all on top of each other, you will see how it all connects.
So for me, a 2 cubic and a 3 cubic goes like this. a 2 cubic would only have 4 cubes here. Would they be the same size to take up the same area space? You could, right? You could. But then if you compare it next to it and start to do a brick layout, you will see you will get 4 like this into a brick of Mars, into every single brick, in order for each brick to be 1 brick here, because Mars only has 4 bricks in it. Here is 4. So it shows it's going to be smaller. It shows that Mars brick will be here, 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 here. And what will it represent? 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll only be a 4 face. And it'll have 6 sides. 6 by 4, 24. This is 6 by 9, 54. It's 24 and 54. You follow me with that?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I have to stop because Miranda.
Oh, yes. Hello.
How's it
and
going?
Chevy. It's going good. It's going good yourself. With your question, it'll go even better.
With my question? Oh, I was listening to the Gematria thing earlier. Right now, I'm trying to track and catch up to where you guys are at. So, are you on the Mars and the 2 moons still?
Always,
You're talking about
always.
the alphabet with the Phoebus and what is it, Demas, something like that?
Oh, yes. Yes. See, I was trying to. Reason why I bring that stuff up too is because that's what the Bible's talking about. But the Bible is the zodiac. The zodiac is the original Bible that doesn't kick you out of heaven. Okay? Everybody needs to understand that. The zodiac, as the Bible, teaches you the heavens. Okay? And how you're a part of it and how you're the hero on the journey. Everybody here is their own hero in their own story. Because you are the Lamb of God, you are the hero who has his journey, and he's always the winner. So in the bread house, you're always the winner, and the whole time you're here, you're carrying your trophy. That's your head. You're carrying the Holy Grail. All is within. I show how I teach the candlesticks too, because the candlesticks show you the planets also. The planets are like a base. They're very, very, very big in how the blueprint works, because the zodiac works with the planets to show you like your character in time. So when you get here, you don't have to have a bunch of questions. You can just go and look up your astrology. You know how to read those stars because that's the original story. You know how to read the original story. And basically, once you understand that the Bible is the zodiac, and then you understand that the cube of Revelation is the die, it's the Rubik's Cube, it's the zodiac also, you should be able to start seeing how your star works and how you are a star that banks information. You come into the bank with your fish, that's you. You live your life, and then you have your disappearing act, and then you come back into the trance, you enter again, and you come into the game again. You get another reappearance. And this is how it works, the game of life. It's like right out there in the sky. Mankind has forgotten how to read it, but at the same time, the stories that we tell, they all go back to the astrology, just like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Little Red Riding Hood. All these things, these stories that we tell, how they all link to astrology. So that's what brought me here to this page mostly, is because his diagrams show astrology. He teaches Gematria. And to me, if you want to know how that die works here on planet Earth and how it basically shows you the galaxy, you need that Gematria to unlock it. This is why we keep it simple. This is that kiss that Peter Pan got from Wendy. There's like layers and layers of information. I think this is why they showed us the movies, and we go to the movies, because in a sense you are starring in the movie as a star. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I brought up the planets. And then you need to know every planet has a number. So like Mars is Area 51. If you're wondering where Area 51 is, it's Mars, guys. Just like if you want to know how to enter heaven, it's a codex with the window and the portal and the mirror. 55 is heaven. Heaven equals 55. You know, and I show you how you're living the high life with the HI on the die, because it's on the die. The die is a blueprint. It is several cubes in one. But anyways, this is what I teach, and he teaches similar things to me, so this is one of the reasons why I'm here. And I know I sound kind of cuckoo because people aren't used to, talking about this kind of stuff, but guys, I am here on a mission. I am a resident angel on earth, and I want people to know that. I want people to know that I'm a God here in heaven, and I'm also an angel already, and then people can look at me and start questioning their reality, because then they can see that they're just like me, Everybody's just like me, in a sense. You're in the Minecraft right now. You're having a great time. And if you're not having a great time, you're playing the game wrong. You're playing the game wrong, and you need to play it better. And I will tell you, what goes around comes around, because you're in a game in a sense. And you get what you deserve. You see what I'm saying? It is eye for an eye still. And this is why we say aye, Captain, as the pirates here. I'm Captain J Hook. I'm Captain Jack. Okay. And I know how to read them pig codes, those CB codes. Pig equals 32. 32 is C and B. And if you put your letters with your numbers, you can read between the lines. I have faith in humanity to make this place a better place. And I can see how we're all working together. I just love it. I love it how we're getting smarter each day. I feel like this is why I incarnated again this time, just to, be another piece here. And I do have fun. This is my playground. I'm not afraid of reincarnation. I come here and play every time. I don't fear death, because I have a necklace of skulls. I collect those trophies. I know all about it because I know who I am. I also try to share my dreams with people. I know how to interpret dreams too. I'm a mystic. It's just part of who I am. But yes, he teaches the program.
Who?
You do. You teach the main program.
Hold on.
He teaches the original program.
There's no voodoo here. I'm only sharing you with
Yeah, but you need to know Abraham equals Magick, and this is why we're all the Magic Man. Because we're all man. All of mankind is considered a man, and we're supposed to be kind.
Okay, my turn. I come here for another reason. I come here to make sure that when I look at this, sometimes people say I don't see so good. They say I don't look so good also. Okay, but
I know. I've seen how people have treated you.
When they tell me this over here, okay, I want to know by the judgment of everybody out there. I'm looking at a system. I just woke up, and I'm looking at a system that exists. And I don't know if it's real or if it's fake. So I come here and I come to everybody else and I say, everybody judge what I see so that I may know, that I may judge what you say to see if there's a difference amongst you, so that I can see the difference, how it worked out to become what it is, and then see everything you said about it, to see what it says in the story that it is, to see what the story of numerics tells about history. So I go into the understanding of dots and dashes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the alphabet, understanding 360 degrees, not to a mathematician's way to look at it, to the way I understand it. I'm going to tell you the way I understand it. I see a triangle, that's 3 by 120 for 360. I see a circle, that's 360. Is there going to be more space on a triangle in a 360, or will the triangle fall to the lower part of a circle? And that's what happens. It stretches it out, and the 3 points of Tesla stretch out like this. So you see the Tesla is here, 0.3, 0.6, 0.9. Over here is 2 and 3. Sorry, over here is this is 1. No, this is 3. So this is 4, 5 over here. 9. And then this is 6. Did I get that right? This is 3. Hold on a second. Why do I have 3 inside of here, inside of this one? It's supposed to be 3. Just give me a second. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3. So why am I seeing the illusion? That's my 3.
Oh, I know. Once you draw that, I was like having to read between
Yeah,
those.
because
And if you put your cross right at the center, that should help you find the bullseye there.
it's supposed to go in between here. I don't know if you can see my hand, but it's still supposed to be here and here. So what is here between here and here, between here and here, between here and here? Anyways, this is 3, this is 6, this is 9. It falls below. Here's the 180 mark, right? That goes across, but here's 90 going down and then 30. The total going this way, for some reason, I always measured at 180. I always measured this at a 180 degree, and I measured this as a 90 degree over here. I measure this as 180, sometimes just 180 itself. And you can see the cube that's inside of it.
Yeah, see, and this makes sense to me too, because when I was in school, they showed me the food pyramid, and basically what you're showing me is the food pyramid in a sense.
360 degrees. How do you want to chop it up?
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean, and not only that.
Yeah, and look at the capstone. I like that too.
Oh, yes, you see that? Yes.
Yeah.
Check. 1,440 minutes in a day. When they add on this, when they add on the 2 cubic, okay, when they add on the 2 cubic, 2, 4, 6, and 8, 1,440 times, I think it's 18, 25, 9, 20. Do you want me to tell you where the number comes from?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All the links between 1 and 8. I feel like I'm very sick now. I feel very sick.
Oh, yeah, I know. Trying to paint all of that.
So what it is about 1 and 8 is that when you look at the 6 here and you look at the 9 here, do not count the center one here. Don't count the center one here. There's 8 that go around 1, but it's played as 6 and 6.
So that picture that you have of the 2 moons of Mars, I think I might have found some significance to link it with the triangle, if it helps.
Yes. Well, everything that everybody adds on, somebody can see more themselves, or I can.
I'm not sure.
Now, when
Yeah.
you see something bigger and smaller, it's because there's a distance between. All right, these are 2 of the pillar moons. All right, it's like if you're sitting on a pillar, running on a crossing beam. You can use it in many ways. 2 and 1 creates a triangle. The V5, when you create the V, I mean, I'm just looking at my way of doing art, you know? So when I create this, and I'll tell you about this, the Christmas tree or the ringing bells, or what is looking like this, starting like this, but ending up like the last design. In the last design, what it is this extended down to here, and I had an outer circle. You have the inner circle and you have the outer circle. The inner circle splits the board. Remember, it's the dart board that when it comes to Monopoly versus pool, and when it comes to Monopoly versus darts, what the difference is this equation is 20 on the dartboard splits up as 10 and 10, 20. And on the pool table, you have 7 balls and 1 ball and 7 balls for 15 balls. Sort of what is odd is 1 and 5 equals to 6, creates a triangle. And funny enough that in the game of pool, what is 20 is just 2. Now think of this, 20 and 2 is exactly the cube itself. It doesn't make any sense. They both become even numbers, but it becomes from 15. The pool table is 15, 1 and 5, 6. It makes an even number. The dartboard is the 2 itself, 10, 10. That's really weird. I think that's the first time. Check, they're together. Check where they're together from. Here, this 1 and 5, 6 comes together in its singularity. Here. That's not the only one, but what it is it's your high-low. The lowest you can have on a cube and the highest you can have on the cube. When you cross them, it'll be 311. Or what about 153? Why 153 fish in the Bible? Why 114? Which answer would we like to search for? Let's see. Everybody has to ask the question. Please check out in the comments. I want to fulfill with what I believe the numbers can do and have to do themselves. Remember, I'm only moving the numbers around to fulfill the equation. I have to show you. First of all, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 and 1 is 3. Now what happens? 6 times 6, 6 plus 6, 12 and 36, 48. 4 and 8 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 4 and 3. So this is 13. It equals 1 times 3 and 1 plus 3 equals to 7. The other side is 4 by 6, right? Which equals to 24. 4 by 6, 24. 4 and 6 is 10, equals to 34. 3 and 4 is the same as the 3 and 4. They're both 7s. Switch the dice again. We did this. Switch the dice again. 3 and 6. Let's clear the board. 3 and 6. 3 by 6, 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 9 and 18, 27. Flip it around. 14. 1 times 4, 4. 1 plus 4, 5. 4 and 5, 9. 2 and 7, 9. Flip it around again. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. Right? Clear the board. 1 and 2. 1 times 2. 1 plus 2. 3 and 2 equal to 5. We flip it around. 6 and 5. 6 times 5, 30. 6 and 5, 11. 11 and 30, 41. 4 and 1 is 5. Is there a creator? And when were these created? Who created the perfection of A, B, C, D, E, F? Now check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Oh, and it'd be so much better. Mr. Tackmans, we don't want to see your face. We want to see what you wrote out there. So, well, I hope I don't forget what I was thinking. I already did. So, well, what was I thinking with the dice again? I don't remember. You have the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1. But you know what? What does it mean to have 0? Is that the bankroll, or is that the average? Is it because the 0 will be what is the combination of 1 and 6, 5 and 2, 3 and 4? So that combination brings on a duality, and what will take on that duality? 3.5. Now the 2 and 5 will be a little bit different, because it's going to be it's 0.35, or if you want 35, or just 35. That 35 is what is, see that 5 by 7 is 35, 5 and 7 is 12. This 12 and 35 is 47. That means time and electric moon. The 3 and 5 and the 7 and 5, they go right together to create 3 and 7, the airwave, and 5 and 5, Leo, the oceans, 10-10. You follow him? Now here, yes, now I remember what it was. Yes, I remember. 1, I remember. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Now 5 plus 6 and this. What do we got here? What do you think that is?
The window.
There you go. You got a window. That's number 88.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you think this equals? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. So you have window 10, and 5 and 6 equals window 11.
Yeah.
So now you ignite the 0 position. You ignite the 0 position. So you're now going to go 1 and 9 is 10. 1 and 9 equals to 10. And you're going to have 2 and 9 equals to 11. You see, you don't have to announce the 0. It already comes in by the assimilation of 1 and 9 in the understanding of the prior diagram. And on the cube, so why you do this, here it is. Here it is. Oh, you can't see me. Peekaboo. Hey, peekaboo. So here it is, here and here. When that happens, you bring upon the empty face of number 7 and 8. The tools I use. This is the first thing, if anybody wants to ever follow this channel, must understand the basics of this, that every side is 9. Can it be 4? Absolutely it can. But I believe the only way for it to be 4 is for it to be divided from corner to corner and corner to corner this way. Then you can have 4 spaces that cut in to every single...
Baba, peace.
Oh, mama, da, 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 da. She is the queen of everything. Da, 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 da. Ta-da! Watch out, mommy's coming. Hide everybody behind a couch. Don't let her know we're not in our room. Make some noise. Make her think it's the boogeyman. She'll never know.
Yeah, and we're all the boogeyman because we have boogies.
Every time you breathe and have the moment for the meditation, if you do not have the proper, who are you? I'm not asking who you are, but when you make a machine, right? When you make a machine, if there's a problem with the machine, something will go off. The fever will raise. Now, will there be something in your breath, in the understanding of what you need to do by the breath to make the body better again? You lie down in the bed. You bring positive thoughts. But I do this with the alphabet. But now I understand that when and if and should there, but I believe because of my work in this game, it runs exactly to the algorithm of this world, and that's the story it tells.
Yeah.
And the story it tells, it replicates the stars and the moon. So when you start at 0 and you count up, where was I with this? I lost my place in space, and this place let me look, please. Oh my God. Okay, I think I can do this. Yes, I did it on the screen. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 equals to 10. 10 divided by 4 equals to 2.5. Jack Hook. This says communication. 10-4 is also an invert in the cube. So it means it must be following the proper pattern. Now check this out. This is the 10-4. And this is the 4-10.
Yeah.
So the 4 and the 5 run together in the feminine. The 6, so so on this one we get 1 and 4, and the other one we get 2. On none of them do we get 3. So I'm just working out this thing. So now what you do is if you add 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, that equals to a total of 10. But the average, okay, is 10 divided by 5 equals to now what is 2. So this is how I shift. When you come to the duality over here, you now can run 4 and 0 and run in between what is ABC 1, 2, 3. I'll explain it again. Here you have 4 numbers. In between you run 2 and 3. So in its duality, you will run A, D,
Mom?
A, B, A, C, C, D. Oh, yes. So you will run 5, 3, 4, 7, and where's your 6? How do you get a 7 without getting a 6? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can do it. CC is 6, and BB is 4, and AA is 2. And even when they say don't ever change 11, so ace is 11 in the game of blackjack, and the ace has a point. And when you have a point on an ace, I refer to the ace as a corner, as a tetrahedron. There will always be 3 crossing sticks directions. And with that, there will always be a pole. So the A will have 4 directions to it. And then it'll have 3 crossing members holding, barring everything in position. So when you come out with the numbers, you come out with this. AD is 5. AB is 3. AC is 4. CD is 7. CC is 6. BB is 4. Did I do CB? So now what we do, we connect. AD and BC 5, 5. AB and CD 3, 7, 10. AC, okay, and CC to create 6 and to create 4 equals 10. BB and CC to create another 10. We don't have an 8 other than associating this with AA. So this is what your AB does. When you add the 0 in here, the average over here is 2. Here, the average is 2.5. This is what happens. So you see, what can I explain this? This is supposed to be communication. This is the hand of God. It goes into the soul. Why does this go into the soul? See this cube over here? It meets at 3.5. 3 times 3.5 is 105. When I spoke about number 18, and I'm trying to keep up to myself, and what I'm saying, I should be writing everything down. That's why I need a panel that writes this down, because I can't keep up to what I said and what I jumped off to with the reason for explaining this. When I add 0, what happens when you add 0 to the whole configuration of digits? First, I have to say that I regard 0 as occupying an area space, just like a letter, okay, that can occupy an area space. And then inside every single box that can occupy a letter, if you have the letter S, there's going to be a story. One of the reasons S is the 19th letter. It starts with 2 digits. Automatically, that occupies 2 area space, maximum 9. That means it used up a 9-0 in its area space. It means it takes the center position of all. That's what it says. It takes the pole position. It becomes the heart or the inside of the duality, whichever is the composition of its association: 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. And then it's used, obviously, it comes together as a crown. And 3 of the crown gets plugged in. So you have 9. 9 plugs into 3, and the other 3 comes in through me. And my crown, boom, is here.
Yeah.
Can it be the flow of all our bodies? Can that 12 be something to do with our body? You see, also the 2133 is another thing. 33 is 6, 21 is 3. 1 between 2 needs to be to create the wholesomeness of 3. They need to explain all the singularities, how they came together in their unity and duality. That when one of what one is in duality is 6 and 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 and 3 is your first association in disintegration or in building up. That 1 between 2 equals to the 3. Yet 7 and 3 can only exist first when the duality of A and B joining together. And this is where the air sign comes in. Now, the air sign, does that mean the air wave, the breath?
Yeah.
Is it so forceful, this air sign, that the winds begin to blow and the bells begin to ring?
Well, you're the breath of God. Your body is nothing without the breath.
But yes,
The operator is 0.
I still need to understand at the same time, my primary goal here is so that we can all read the story through the numbers by still understanding these. The alphabet. To note that every cube is 6 sides. Now, if I had a 4 cube, would it only occupy these 4 areas? Or would I have a 4 cube that would overlap this one here? It would occupy this, it would overlap, or would my 4 cube be the size of this? How can you do that?
I'm pretty sure the 4 cube rotates inside of that one. Because you have your 1 cube that rotates.
Hold on. Or it rotates all around the 5, only skimming off here. That when the 4 cube goes, it passes over the 8. It goes up over here. Okay, it passes over the 1. It joins the other tables. Here it's joining the 2 tables together, the niching. And it wouldn't do this. It would do this, 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 this. It would stitch up, and then it would stitch over. The zigzag This has to be a zigzag. You cannot just go straight through a number. You have to reach a corner. So I can corner to here, go up, I can go here, I can go here. But I can go along the line.
Yes.
So how did I move these? How was 816? 876.
10, 10, 10, 10 around the 5.
Oh, right. This is Saturn Square.
Yeah.
Right. Miranda, do you want to chime in?
I was just listening. I didn't know if there was
Oh,
anything
but
that had with the moons or whatever.
say something about anything that you go to other channels. There must be an interest somewhere on all these channels.
She has information in the stars. I think that was you we were commenting with, right?
Hmm.
I was commenting with you about Anubis. You know about the stars and the triangle.
Okay, so there's Anubis and there's Wapawheat, and Anubis is the god of mummification, not the underworld, but funerary rites and mummification. His brother is named Wapawheat. He is known as the opener of ways. He is like a guide for the pharaoh and the souls that go past the weighing of the heart after they've, proven that they're worthy of it, and he takes them on to the field of reeds or the Duat. Now, there's a triangle in the sky that's between Procyon, Sirius, and the shoulder of Betelgeuse, or the shoulder of Orion, which is Betelgeuse, that makes a almost perfectly equilateral triangle, but it's off by 1 degree on one of them. So it's like 26 degrees or something like that. And then
Is
27
it always
degrees.
off by 1 degree?
Betelgeuse is.
Always off by 1 degree.
No, Procyon and Sirius are 26 degrees each, and then Betelgeuse is 27 degrees. But to the to our eye,
What
it
are
looks
the
like
other
an
two
equilateral triangle.
places?
26 and 26.
Okay,
So
hold on
they're-
a second. Tell me the
they're-
three lowest. I want to see something. Orion 2.
Procyon. It's a let's see. It's PRO. How do I spell that? Jeez.
Hold on, take your time. Go slow. We need to go slow. I'm the one who always goes too quick. So when others speak, we can go so slow. You know why? Because you got to remember, not me. I only got to do the work.
It is.
Hold on. I need to find my phone.
Okay, it's Procyon.
Oh,
Procyon.
Yeah, and you said they formulate a triangle.
Yeah, and with Sirius, which is the brightest star. Procyon is one of the Ursa Major, one of the stars in that constellation. So they're both considered dog stars, and then the shoulder of Orion, which is Betelgeuse. The Moon and Mars, both at certain times of the year, will actually pass through this triangle in the middle of it. So there are numerous myths that have to do with fear and terror. They were mainly embodiments, but it also has to do with the two hemispheres of the brain that will process fear in the moment very fast, but then will process it slower after the fact as a way to move it into the subconscious. There's multiple tales and mythology that overlaps with it, but there's also a story from the Epic of Gilgamesh that is from Mesopotamia that is essentially like the first Noah's Ark story. And it talks about the Ark, and it gives dimensions of it that equal out to be 120 times 120 times 120 cubits, which is 180 feet per side. And it's like a gigantic floating cube, which is essentially our moon. That was where they said our moon came from, it was an ark.
yes, perfect, beautiful, perfect. Stop. I want to tell you about this number. See this number?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it's related to? That's Giza.
The pyramids.
This is Giza. Yeah, this is direct correlation to Giza. You know why? Watch. Watch. Oh! I have to do something first. First of all, it shows you this.
Mm-hmm.
Then
So 5,184.
Even though this is 1 and 2 equals to 3, 1 and 2 equals to 3, right? You know what this one is?
Mm-mm.
This is 8 and 4 equals to 12. It's 9 and 3 equals to 12. It's 6 and 6 equals to 12. It's 7 and 5 equals to 12. Here's your fixed 12. But in order to get to this one, what is this? So anyways, 5184 is the angles to Giza Pyramid.
Okay.
The rainbow is going to be 24, 42. But this is Giza Pyramid. 51 is Mars. 84 is going to be Pluto. 51, 51 and 84, 1, 3, and 5 or 13.5 is the split in the 260 of the Aztec or the number 26. It splits at 13.5. It says AC and E. It's also rejoining the numbers here. 1, 3, and 5 is 1. See, this and this is by 2, and this is by 2, and this is by 4, and this is by 4. This is how it works. 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 and 3 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. And 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 8 minus 5, 8 plus 5 is 13 or is 3. 2 minus 5 is 3. 2 plus 5 is 7 or 3. And 3C. So we have now AC. 9 minus 4 is 13 or 5E. 6 minus 1 is 5E or 7. 13 or 7. ACE, ace, ace. So when you switch it between the alphabet and the numbers, that's what they say, ace, ace. 7, 10, 13. 7, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 and 3 is 4. Rotation in the cardinal house. Movement of 3, 3, 3, 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 3 is 7. Plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Now, there's other things going on with this. If I say 13 and there's only 12 zodiac signs, I must have come back to the center. Back to the beginning. But why am I saying the number of 13, announcing 1 and 3 in its duality, coming back to the beginning, but not adding up to a single digit of who I am? Once you split the house with 0 and become of something from something, otherwise you're nothing at all. So you create the rim, the duality around you, because that's what you come into. You're made up.
Would the 18 tie in there anywhere? Because the tarot card, the moon, depicts 2 dogs barking at the moon between 2 pillars, and it's the number 18.
Yes, and 18 is R. And if you take the R and you flip it upside down, you will find the rabbit. You as a dog are also the god who has gone through the mirror, and you as a dog must follow the dogs, the wolf pack. The wolf pack is seen in the stars above. This is why when I told you about Sirius connecting with Anubis, I'm talking and connecting, utilizing my dogs.
But it would
Innocence, you're a dog.
Because Wapawheat's the one that goes. Anubis stays behind and guards the door.
Yes, but at the same time, they're all working together for the portal. The earth is showing you the portal because you look up and you see the portal in the waters above. You understand that the waters show you the dogfish. They show you the catfish too. And you as a dog must chase the white rabbit. When you understand how the white rabbit connects with your Bermuda Triangle, this should help you see how the white rabbit connects to all the triangles. They're painting a story in the stars above. This is why Orion has a dog and they're on a rabbit hunt for the rabbit stew. Okay, these are stories I'm telling. I'm utilizing my astrology as I'm telling and painting the images. The stories that we tell, they're all telling about how we get back home, where we came from at the same time. This is what the stars above are painting also. This is why you as the mighty hunter, the mighty sage master, who is the healer, okay, because you've healed yourself, you become a magician, a magi, and then you understand how you carry the arrow, the spear, and you shake that spear for the hamlet. And then you should see how the spear also connects to the bullseye because it's all a Palladian connect. When you have Orion, you have your pyramids, you have your 555, you have everything here already. So what I'm here to do is to show you how the stars are painting the story about where you come from and where you're going. So when you're talking about people or characters guarding gates and portals and administrations and leading you back, it's all because you as a king of the earth have inherited the earth. You've inherited the earth. You've inherited the wheel of fortune. You've inherited Treasure Planet. All the treasure stays on Treasure Planet, but you do go back home. So if anybody's wondering about all the Palladian channels and stuff, just know it's a part of the divine game because it's for the queen bee. The queen bee. That's why the queen bee is also, she's connecting with Saturn because Saturn equals 93 for your 39 angel to come through. Okay, and this is also why Saturn carries the hex, which is a holy symbol for 666 water. And it's for blue. So, it's also the water stone. Now, and if you want to know how I'm connecting blue with 666, go look up blue 666. It's that easy. You just have to use your googly eyes. Everything here has been provided. Everything that you need is already here. And a lot of stuff has been hidden in plain sight. But the gods, they built all the stories into the game. So when you see a potato, just know the number of potato. Just know it has eyes. And it also has chit, which is translated to, in a sense, to shit for spirit heaven information technology. Just like your onion connects with Orion for the layers. It's the micro-macro story with Orion. He is the mighty hunter. He's a hunter and he's a fisherman. Okay, and this is why we have fishermen and hunters in the below, because it comes from the above. The grand blueprint up above. So yeah, I teach the zodiac, and I teach how, you have Sleeping Beauty, pricks her finger on the wheel, right? And the zodiac is the spinning wheel, and it's a wheel inside of a wheel. It is a 12-spoke wheel and an 8-spoke wheel, because you need to understand how your wagon wheels came to be and where they came from. They came from the above. You have your 12 plus 8. You have to do your addition. It's just how the house works. The house adds and multiplies for the 8-spoke wheel to come through. And that's the octopus on the captain's wheel. You've got your father's house, the father's house of many mansions. That's 12 with the 13th one at center. Okay. You can have your 13 calendar too if you want. It plays right on top of it. But you have your 8-spoke wheel, and that's the octopus or the spider lady. That's the hubcap. The hubcap sits on the wheel, and the wheel is a part of the UFO. Okay, that needs to be identified. You need to re-identify it so you can see the UFO and how you're the ET. 25 Jack. Right there. You're the ET on the UFO already, in the above and the below in a sense. You identify your craft, that is you, and you become the one who has essentially, in a sense, became the operator because you have full awareness of who you are in time. You know what I'm saying? You understand your infinite reality Okay, because you're a player. You're playing the electric rabbit. And your die shows you the electric rabbit. The number 1 space shows you the electric rabbit. And I feel like I painted a really good picture, but just so you know, I'm also utilizing, when I'm saying words, I know the numbers, and I'm hoping people will go and look this stuff up too when I speak, or just, understand how the 18 is the rabbit or the resident. So, basically the story that I was taught shows you how you come into time and you play ground. Then you go back home. That's what I was shown. And you can come here over and over again. That's what I was shown. And there's no fear, because everyone that comes here is going to pair-ish. You got your pair-ish, you got your pair of fish. This is what your pear tree shows you. Your pear
I
tree
made
shows
this
you the
in
pair-ish, the fish.
I made this in Cow, okay, in 2015. This is what happened in 2020. This was made in 2015.
Yeah.
So and it shows you that when the two hearts come together, the two triangles. So what are these triangles? They're divided, right? Is it divided in vibration? Is it the divided light? We all know that singularity comes together to create a different kind of singularity, right? Like one is still one, but is it 6 and 4 10 as one? Is it 7 7 7 21 minus one? Because you need to put something somewhere? I mean, I got an empty space in the house. I walked into the house, I occupy the area space. So for me, this was always about occupy area space. The word area, okay, the word area, right? So it's like, what is it? It's re. Now, this area is where I is, right? It's a split space, and it's going to take up here and here, where the fine line of where I is. I is the fine line joining the center of here and here. No matter what, when I begin to be there, I'm still over there, beginning to be there. But no matter what, I'm still everywhere in the full connect, because all I am is the receiver. I am this. You remember this? This is the 1 and 5. Now, if I got one, why do I have it? Who am I calling? The other one's got to have the same thing. We got to be talking back and forth.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, and I is special.
Hold on a
because
second.
you
So if
can
you want to talk,
rotate it.
1 second, if you want to talk about the one-eyed, reason for the one eye is because you're leaning on this side of the phone, and that one-eyed king would be the one you would ignite, and then you'd have the two one-eyed jacks, but the queens are not one-eyed. So you must hook up through the queen because they hold all their eyes. And since this scenario happens and you see area equals to numeric value 28, space is 44. The thing is, 44 is a trinity. It divides the day into what is 8 hours and 16 hours. And the 16 hours will be the rim around the 8 hours. The reason for the 24 hours is because the expansion of the interior area space pushes the exterior outer space to go up to 16 for a total of 24 hours in the day. Or you can look at this another way, that this one travels 3 times in 24, and this one travels 1 1/3 in 24.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to just take 2 seconds to breathe, get a glass of water.
Okay, so I put something in your comments I thought you would think is funny.
Put something in my coffee?
Your comments
For me or for someone
about
else?
the piggies, the piggions, the pigeons, how they're the flying pigs. That's why they have all the conspiracies about pigeons and birds watching you right now, you know. It's for the pigs. Yeah, and so, okay, so notice how he pointed out about the queen and how it connects to the 8. See, and this is why you have your octopus that's the queen too. She's a hot cat. She's the cat on the hot tin roof. She has 8 eyes in the deck of cards too, just so you know. And your deck of cards connects you with the moon and it connects you with the sun. You have to know how those cards show you astrology. A lot of people are not taught that the dice and the cards have astrology. Just like in the tarot deck is basically coming from the blueprint of Saturn's square die. Yeah, and because that die plays on the Wheel of Fortune, or the rule, ET wheel, the roulette wheel, because the die plays on that, it's showing you the clubhouse. You're in the clubhouse already. Because also the 4-leaf clover, is showing you high heaven in a sense. It's showing you good luck, and you know good luck has to do with 777 for that jackpot winner. That's showing you right there, the die playing on the zodiac wheel. Just what I said just there. Because if you take the die, and you know that the die equals the Rubik's Cube, and you know that the Rubik's Cube equals the calculator keypad, when you do your maths on that, 1 through 9, it'll show you the 666, it'll show you the 222, it'll show you the 777, it'll show you the 911. This is why Neo, who enters into the Matrix, learns to use that ketone dial pad so he can dial up and navigate the Matrix. And he works with the Trinity, and they follow the White Rabbit. And you got the red shift, blue shift there. And then you need to know how Neo, how he is also connecting with the Terminator. People don't know that. People don't know that the author of the Terminator is the same author of Neo Matrix. But at the same time, you guys, it's because they understood the construction. If you can understand the original construction, then you can be able to navigate also and see how there's more construction added on top of the construction. Like, why are the highways always under construction? Has anybody ever
Pluto
thought
is
about
always
that?
under construction.
Yeah, and Pluto connects with the orange. And the
How
cones
come I
are
can't get
orange.
this? Okay, look, I just want to jump into this right now.
Yeah.
So, orange, okay, number 18, you were speaking about number 18. So here's where it goes.
I
Matter
like that
and-
shade of orange.
What is that?
I said I like that shade of orange. It's not quite mac and cheese, but it's kind of like a burnt orange.
Cheddar, burnt orange. Yes, burnt orange
Yeah.
for Harley Davidson.
What were you going to
Yes.
say, Mr. Tech Pants?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Miranda.
Oh, I was asking what you were going to say about the math you were showing behind us.
Okay, yes, I'm going to get into that in a minute. I wanted to finish with your 18. So 18 in French is said as 10 and 8. Scorpio, indicted into this, is what is the 10 is it's 2 5s. Leo. They're inverted on top of each other, you know, like a triangle going up, a triangle coming down. They're not the same numbers that get connected. Obviously, you know I have the artwork. The 8 is also an association where 1 gets the heart of 8 that surrounds on the cube on the dial. 8 is also, when you go to association 08, that is all you need for 9. You don't need any more once you have 08. You can have 08 and 18 because the zero area will replace another area. See, it's going to be 0 through 8 equals to 36. Now, if you do every single number and take away 1, it equals to 35. Take away 2, it equals to 34. Take away 3, it equals to 33, and so on and so forth until you see the up and down of all the numbers. So hold on, let's continue doing this. So 0 to 8 is 36. Take away 10 because you took away 1, 2, 3, and 4, or just take away 4. Right? From 36, you have 32. 32 is Leo the pig. It's communication. The reverse on a cube of 2, 3 is 5, 4. That brings the passage of 6, 6, 6. It also brings the feminine. Why? In the third dimensions of numbers, 2 is no longer 2, it's 6. 5 is no longer 5, it's 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 8 is no longer 8, it's 24. 2 and 4 is 6. Now check this out. What is 8? 16, 24, 32. So all that was 8 that went into 24. Do you follow what I'm saying with this? Is the next dimension of 8 is going to be 17. 1 and 7 is 8. And then it'll be 26, and 2 and 6 is 8. But because 8 moved the dimension, the 8 will now move into the 6th position when multiplied by 3. And everything moves. So here in this one is when I multiply everything by these numbers, what was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is now this.
8, 4, 9. Okay.
But this is only multiplication. I also do it here, as you can see, in addition. And I did it here in addition. Did I do an addition? Please tell me. 4 times 5 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. No, I did not. No, I only did the addition of that. I didn't do the addition of the equation itself. And if you want to finish pi, I can sew a web inside of pi.
A web inside of pi?
Yes, because there's only 3 numbers. There's only 3 numbers in pi. And then every time you associate, 0, it reduces the average amongst the numbers that you're going to associate surrounding the 0 space. It's like coming back to the beginning and starting over again. See, pi there is no calculation for pi. Do you know what? Let me see the calculation for pi. To a layman person, can you tell me how pi is created to come up with the answer that never ends?
I honestly have no clue.
No, I'm asking this thing here.
Oh.
If you take any circle, measure all the way around it, the circumference, and divide that by the distance across the diameter, you always get the same number. And what was that number? They didn't say. What's the number? Because for me, 22 divided by 7 is the same thing as 1 divided by 7 after the decimal, is it not? So why are they using an irrational? You see, they had to make pi with an irrational number.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pi does not repeat, it's irrational. What does that mean?
no.
that it's random, or not random, but it's doesn't repeat over and over again.
Check this out. I want you to multiply every single number in the first 1,000 numbers after the decimal in pi. Multiply every single number. Show me the answer in a grid. Times 3. And then I want you to add it up to a single digit and just leave 0 as 0. So what I said, I want the first 1,000 digits after the decimal in pi. I want you to multiply each one by 3. Then it added up to a single digit, and then put it in rows of 10 across.
Okay, so one thing I want to mention is you have your numbers there. If people put the letters, they could see a whole different part of the story, you know? With
Yes,
your
thank you for
equations, if you
bringing
just
that
put
up.
the letters back,
Yes,
that
and
might be
also-
helpful.
And also, if you add anything up, don't add Leo up. Number 5 is Leo. And if you go backwards from Pisces, you end up in Scorpio. Also, if you put 4 and 6 together, this is going to be a water sign, and this is going to be an earth sign. These two work sort of not in conjunction, but they sort of do something different, because 4 will connect with 6, right? And that's when 2 and 8 will connect together. 4 and 6 is an earth and water, and 2 and 8 is an earth and water. So you have to look at this in the same manner. Now you see you have the same 9 numbers here, but this time the multiplication is 7. So now we have to know, where is 7 located? I'm just looking for this answer. They're so slow. Oh my God. Oh, we've got a visitor in the warehouse. Curiosity. Are you coming here to be curious, ignorant, arrogant, or just to fulfill an area of space? If there's something you're looking for yourself, someone else, I won't be hesitant, but I will allow you up for the residency of the channel itself. Did I say anything that said something? But curiosity left. So wait a second, pi and the endless nature. Wow, I said yes. See, when I draw it all out, I did this years ago.
Yeah, I wanted to know if Miranda had any stories about the Pleiades.
The indigenous ones I do. But that's
Okay,
about it.
yeah, see, that's what I have is the indigenous. Oh
Add
no.
all the numbers of 3, 6, and 9 to a single digit.
Caleb, you unplugged it.
So yes, so I don't really like this piece here. I rather hold on a second. Yeah, I really like this. I have to go back to this. I have to discuss this. I have to this here. First of all, this here, I want to do it over again live right now. That's one thing. And I want to explain this, that when you reach here, right, 30 by 12 is 360. So it's 60 degrees and 60 degrees. That's 120. So 120, 120, 120 creates a triangle. That's what your 10-10 does. Your split of 6 and 7 is because the 7 is here and here. Well, these are not the right numbers. They're for a different context, starting at 1, going to 9. But everybody knows the 6 and the 5 and the 7. So when you're looking at 6, 7, you're actually can be looking at 5, 7. 6 is between the left and the right. Now, the thing is, you're going to connect 1 with 6 to create 7. But remember, you connected 6, 7, 13. Now you're going to connect 2 with 5 to create 7. You're now inside the split house of the bell. Why do I say the bell? It hangs from here and it goes down here. Now, if somebody can help me out, that if they call this a triangle and they call this 10, and they call this round part 5, 10 and 5, 15, 10 and 5, 15, 10 and 5, 15. Now, with that said, when I split this 5 over here with this pole running through, that'll make it 2.5, will it not? 5 split in half is 2.5. So when I say 2 and 5 together, it now looks like a quarter, but it's only the quarter of a 2.5 left over from a 5 coming from a 10. Quarters are less. Now the next thing with this drops below at the 120 mark over here. Or what is the 210 mark? Maybe I should say that. But it's 120 mark in 9. So you have 3 even splits. So the equal later, what's it called? The equators right here at 3 and 8. 11, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. 22, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. This one has 2 poles or 4 corners. This one has 3 poles and 3 voided poles. 3 to a corner. I'm just trying to see what that other number was. Yeah, that. Same thing. There was another story inside here I wanted to bring out. I don't remember what it was. Oh, yes, I remember. So the 3 and 4 is here. The 2 and 5 is here. And then the 1 and 6 is here. So where's the 13 to match the Aztec? The 4 and 9 is 13 to get the Aztec, but it's here. You notice what position it's in? Here and here. But it's not the position that it's in. It's 1. It's 4 over to 5, over to 6, over to 7, over to 8. So it moved over to 5, over to 6, over to 7, over to 8. It moved that many. Over to 5 once, over to 6 once, over to 7 once, over to 8. Every time it moves, okay, it moves 30 degrees. So 4 to 8 to 12. On a 9, when you move that on a 9, right, you're going to go 4 to 8 to 12. Let's do this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 is over here. The 8, the 9, the 10, the 11. Look where the 12 is. It's over here. When you're running this clock, you end up here. When you're running the 12-handed clock, okay, you end up over here. And your 8 o'clock ends up here. They end up here and here. This is your 8 o'clock here. 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Water, water, water. Now, at the same time, when you turn this and you put this at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock, it says fire, fire, fire. And then when you turn it again and you put it at 2 o'clock and 6 and 10, it says earth, earth, earth. And then you put it to 3. And then 7 and 11, it says air, air, air. And this triangle will associate all of your elements together as it turns around in the clock between the 9 and the 12. Happy birthday to you. because that's what it is, 12 and 9. The boundaries around the cube is 3, 3, 3, 3, 12, and the face is the 9.
Okay.
I need a little break. 222. So we saw two odd numbers, 15 make a 6, and then we saw 2 and 6 make an 8. Then we saw two odd numbers, right? I need a break, but look what we did. We've got two odd numbers make an even 8, but then we've got two even numbers make an even 6. Now I've got two odd make an even 6, and I still get an even 8. Never forget that everything makes a difference. Knowing the difference is the most important.
Well, it's just what I've noticed is a lot of this stuff that you're mapping and all these things that are related seem to be mapping onto like the human neurological system, like the vagus nerve and the cranial nerves and all that kind of stuff in the body, and it's almost like everything's modeled after, as within, so without, as above, so below, that kind of thing. And there seems to be a correlation with that, and so I didn't know if there was because it seems that there's like a key that's missing, which is why everything keeps looping back and like not progressing.
So if you look at time, right? I mean, because I only can say this because of the numbers, and I'm not going to get into the weavy web of what I now see, is that everything was made for the time for what you're saying today. Recognizing that we live, the construct is a machine, knowing that right away should change every way you think about everything, knowing that why is this like this? What is their plan? You always have to think, what is the plan?
Mm-hmm.
There's always a plan. What's going to happen next? So you have to be ready, because it's very hard for us. Like I remember 50 years ago, when I look at old pictures, that's sentimental, I remember my father 50 years ago. I know him today still. I'm blessed if my parents are still here. They'll always be here because I'll always remember. You always bring them back. And I believe that that because of what I know, that we go beyond this, and because of triple bypass. So I've lived that again and again and again. And, I sometimes go to outer space within my own mind and thoughts and piece it together. So I know there's much more. So I'm just working on the alphabet. I still want to know what every letter says. I still want to know what every number says. I need to understand is I want to come out with a game to make it all just so that everybody else can see. Now, do I want it to be real? And oh yes, I wanted everything to be real, but I also want to be realistic, that unless others know how the system works through the eyes of what I'm sharing, right? If everybody can see that and say, hey, it's a game. And if it is a game, and we do see that there is a holy God, and the holy God notices us noticing, and we make a change because of it, then you have to make a change. And one of the parts of the change is you have to keep learning. That's your change. You must put in the time learning. You must find the time to learn. And if it's not you, it's teaching one little piece. It's not how much you learn. It's just knowing you have to find the 5 minutes, like doing yoga or something. You also have to recognize that the body is more than just the body. It's the receptor, and you have to pay it off. And how much fun is it to stretch? And then you say, I'm not going to do it for too long. But let me tell you one thing. When I get a minute stretch out there, I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'm breathing. And that air is so important that it goes through you. And it's silly and it's funny that I say it even to myself. But how can I not recognize by I live my own breath? How can I, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Are you having a good time today? I am. I'm breathing. God. Oh, I'm having a good time. Oh God. Oh. Oh, and I'm thinking, and I'm getting aggravated. Oh, my cat, what are you telling me now? Do you know what meow is?
No.
So the M is 13. The W is 23. They go together. The O is the 15th letter. The E is the 5th letter. They are the level up on the next level of their numbers, their association. Like E would then go to 15 and then go to 25 and then go to 35. The Aztec have a counting system 510, right? But when you count to 10, everybody has to remember it becomes 9 and 110, 8 and 210. There's a singularity inside of these. And what 8 and 9 is when 1 and 2 connects to 5 and 6 and create who we are. Let me try and say that again. I got to show you the picture. I can't do anything without the artwork. You know, I'd be lost in it like forever. Even something like this that I'm working on. So they made a lot of mistakes, but what this is it's rows of 7 where all you did is count by 8s. Rows of 7 where all you did is count by 7. Rows of 4 and all you did, rows of 7 counting by 4. So when you count to a single digit, 3, 7, 2, 1, you can see 5, 3, 1, 8. You can see 8. So it shows you all the algorithms going on with these numbers. I know it looks a little mixy-doozy right now, but for me, I know what it's doing. Hey, look at that. We got the 364 days a year. And over here.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So you said that you're trying to figure out what they're doing, or what the machine, like what it's supposed to be doing, or what the plan is, or whatever. Are you referring to just the system in general, like what its overall goal is? And
no, well, just the system in general. Well, just to understand how the system works. I just want to see what it works, if it's still doing the same thing. And I'm looking at the past to build it back the way I want to see how it was built. Like, I need to know what these numbers say. So all these numbers have to be relative somewhere. So this one here, 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. So at 3 hours and 36 minutes on your clock will be 216 minutes. But at the 336th day of the year, it'll be the last day of the 12th moon, or day 336. 3 and 3 is 6. 3 by 3, 3 plus 3, and into life by the breath. The feminine house, 6 and 6 is 12. Do you follow what I'm saying? A duality with a singularity equating to, and this is really what's happening, what I'm saying. The 13th moon begins on day 337. And you know what's ironic? There's 217 days there's 217 days and 7 months of 31 days. So I link up all these things. The thing about 18 is when you count 1 to 18, it equals to 171. 171 for me is 7 balls in pool, 1 ball in pool, 7 balls in pool. The Chinese or Asians say 8 is lucky. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8. 7 times 8, 7 plus 8 is 56 and 15 equals back to 71. Now check this out. Every 71 minutes on the clock is 1 hour, 11 minutes. Now check this out. The heart of 36 ends at 18. And you know what the assembly of numbers are? 7, 16, 17, 18 connected with 16 and 21. 37, 17 and 20, 37, 18 and 19, 37, or how about 111? How about 111 for orangutan? How about gorilla at 74? How about ape at 22? How about them calling out for a monkey and blackjack calling out for a 10 because they start at 0? And this is why in Baccarat, the kings and the queens and the jacks are all zeros, because they all run in a duality when we're talking about a natural. The singularity of all the digits, the highest digit is the 9. But the highest digit in the coordinate of 9 numbers is 8, because 8 surrounds 1, in which creates what 9 is.
Okay.
And that's the 0 point. It's the 0 point because once you have 8 areas and one area, and you add them all together, they add up to 45. When you divide them, it equals to 5. So the average of a single area space is 5. But if you're counting the 0 in the duality, it reduces to 4.5.
So, okay, so if you're talking about the system with everything, here's something that was discovered with cymatics, that if you take 5 frequencies and you harmonize them together, they will take whatever substance is on the plate. You know, cymatics is where they use the sound to make the pictures and that. Okay, it'll actually come 3D and move like a toroidal field, like around the human body.
Yeah, because no more space. You see, 4 gives it a 1 space. It's okay. You're using a round, right? Okay, hold on a second. You're using a round. You need all triangles. I'm trying to see how it works, how sound works. It comes from underneath. Everything is equal. If you put it in a, because just basically with numbers, right? Once you have 5, you're overlapping the other side of space. You're confronting.
Okay.
So you're raising things up because it's confrontation.
Well, well, because, okay, so frequency can be light, it can be color, it can be sound, it can be numerous, things. It can, like, there's music, there's like actual light that you can see, there's ultraviolet light. These are all different frequencies or spectrums. It just depends on how we end up taking them in or how it's applied, but they all essentially match the same thing. So a sound will match to a color, will match to a feeling, will match to a light spectrum.
I like to see how that works, all those combinations.
But
Like I'm trying to see how I can see it, but I know it'll affect a different part of me.
But the thing is that so if you take a single light, run it through a prism, which is usually a triangle or some sort of, like crystal or something, like a white light, it'll come out with the 3 primary colors, and then that splits into 7 again. So the 7 colors means there's 7 colors, 7 sounds, 7 feelings that all overlap each other, that go like the 7 chakras, that kind of stuff. So these go back into the 7 regions of the brain that go into 12 cranial nerves that go into your entire system that connects everything together. So everything that you're doing is going like you said, it came to 5. That's what I think is required for a shell, which would have been Adam, like basically withering on the ground, like there was Adam, but he didn't have consciousness, and he didn't have the spark in him, like our ability to add meaning to things. Like that's kind of what's missing, is our free will to choose what we focus on, and then the focus and the meaning that we place on something. So I think it's 7, not 5, and that's why I'm saying that I think that this algorithm is maybe the one that's considered to be like electric intelligence, as opposed to what it actually is, which is why we stay stuck in this loop.
Oh, we stay stuck to the knowledge of what we know and what we don't know. But the 7 and the 5 is like this. Okay, first here is the 8. What happens with the 8? Here's what happens with where the silver cord comes in, or AG, or your 1 through 7, your 1 through 7. Now there's one of them missing. You know what the 17 that's missing? The one that shows up. Oh, here it is. Here's your one of them, your H and I, right? But the other one that's missing is your 5 and 2. 5 times 2 equals to 10. 5 plus 2 equals to 7. You see, here's your only 7.
And that's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm saying. It's missing, because I think that 7 is more like until we can get to 9, which is completion, or and then it's really hard to articulate this because most of it's in my head, which I'm sure you understand.
See, there is the reason for the 9 is because the 9 is when the birth is coming into the house through the 7th gate. See the 7 over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What this is the zodiac of your 12. Is that your cranium, your 12?
There's 12 cranial nerves.
Okay, so here is what is there's vibrators, I call them, 2, 4, 6, and 8, between 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, right? But what happens inside this, there is no 8 and 9. The 7 is what connects 6 here and 6 here and 6 here and 6 here.
Okay.
Now there's the in-between rib, call it 246, call it 246, call it 246, call it 246. This one gets mirrored. There's 26 areas here. Don't count the 7 and 7 because they are the link of 6 and 6 unless you want to count the link. There's 2 of them because they have been brought together in one inside here. Inside here, everything becomes a duality. Here and here, here and here, here and here. 27, 27, 27, 27, and just it's 6 times 27. 162. The same numeric value as the hexahedron 2160, or what is 1.5 times the day. So this is where the 7 is also